Just getting started here. What is good, everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to the Saturday stream. Shout outs, guys. Welcome. Hope all of you guys are having a great day. We are live. Had to close my door real quick, but we are ready to go, man. I am excited to talk video games. I haven't said that intro in a while. Video games in just a bit, so I cannot wait to discuss, talk. So tonight, no Spawncast tonight, just because I have to take care of my boy. Wife's gonna be busy doing some stuff, so I gotta take care of the boy tonight. So I had to start streaming earlier. Today was kind of a packed day for me. Haircut, video, early stream, so I just don't really have too much time for the Spawncast tonight. That's why we're not doing Spawncast pre-show. That's why we're not. It's not like around 4 o'clock or 7 o'clock my time or whatever. Or usually like when we go around like 4:30. So that's why I had to start earlier. So it's been a packed day. A lot of stuff. A lot of just busy today. Video. I got more videos that I got to do too. I got to do my Switch 2 anniversary roundup. I got to do my Switch 2 comparison. I got to finish Metroid Prime 4. I've got to finish Age of Imprisonment. I got a lot of stuff to do. There's a lot of stuff to do. Man, there's a lot of stuff. So yeah, man, there's all sorts of stuff. So it's gonna be good. It is going to be good. Real quick though, big love to King Tree Freak. Welcome to the Tune In Tier Squad. Let's go. I'm not sure why it's not popping up. Maybe it'll pop up a notification, but thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. With the notification there. Thank you so much. King Tree Freak, welcome to the Tune In Tier Squad. Let's go. Shout outs. I don't know what that sound was. I clicked something right here and I think maybe the default sound notifications were going on. So there you go. Shout outs to King Tree Freak though. Welcome back to the Tune In Tier Squad. Let's go, baby. Appreciate that. Exclamation mark member. All lowercase. Type that into the chat. If you want to become a member, get yourself some emotes, badges. Some cool little rewards. Appreciate you guys once again. Let's see here. I need a new Monolith soft game in my life. It's been addicted to, and I've blown out more times than I can inform of addictions. Okay, yeah, I think we all need a new Monolith soft game. Although I don't know if it's going to be announced at the TGAs. I don't know about that. You know, Justin with the 3.
Gotta go, but I noticed seeing the Switch 2 box almost makes me want to buy it again. Lol, have a great stream. Yeah, man. Seriously.
Also, Chrono Rig. Thank you for the $5 dono becoming the Hokage. So you can just unlock the music jukebox out with the amiibo. I wonder if we'll get new videos with the correct info. LOL, I'm loving Prime 4. Without the amiibo? Yes, you can. Apparently, that's why I wasn't going to make a video. First of all, it's not a video worthy, to be honest, but I wasn't going to say definitively one way or another. I kept on saying I'm not sure because there was conflicting information. So right now it seems we're back to it's a new game plus unlock, you know. So, and if you have the amiibo, you can unlock the music early. But once again, that's not necessarily a massive deal for me. You can play whatever music you want when you're riding in the desert. You know what I'm saying? Like you can grab your phone and play Nintendo music. You can turn on Alexa. You can turn on whatever you want when you're there. It's not that big of a deal. As somebody who has the amiibo and I played the music, there's only 3 tracks. And once again, it's just not anything that's tangible to the game itself. So I only get upset like when there's like modes locked behind or certain things locked behind amiibo. But yeah, you can, it's a new game plus unlock. I guess if you get 100% plus new game plus, that's what I'm hearing, but I don't want to say definitively it's one way or another until we know like 1,000% sure. It does seem that way, but once again, still wait. But you know, like I said, you can play whatever music you want. Just grab your Nintendo music. You can play. You got more tracks on your phone than you do on the amiibo. So yeah. Let's say I want to play Metroid Prime 4, but I got SMT5 Vengeance for 17 on Amazon, so I'm about to jump into that. Yeah, that's gonna take you a while. If you got SMT5 Vengeance. Yeah, that game is long. That's like 100-hour RPG. Like, maybe if you're playing on easy, like, it'll be shorter, but that is a super long RPG. Why are you spending more than a few? Well, sometimes you need to be out in the desert to collect the green crystals for energy for stuff. So depending on how you play the game, you might be out there for pretty long, and depending on like a lot of people that are beating the game real quick, they're not even spending any time in the desert, or they hate it. Like they're not. There's like a bunch of like little things that you can explore and stuff like that. There are people who miss certain upgrades and certain stuff because they don't explore. So, or like miss missiles, or miss like bomb expansions or whatever. So you can spend a lot of time there if you explore, but a lot of people that are beating the game like in 10 hours, they're just racing to the next objective and then beating the game real quick. You know, they're not actually exploring the areas and stuff like that. So yeah, at least based on my own personal playtime. But I take forever to play games anyway. You know, but yeah, if you're just rushing through the game, you're probably not spending much time. Like if you beat the game like in 10 hours or less or around that, then you're just going straight through. You're not really in the desert much or spending much time there anyway, you know? So yeah. Let's see here. You can also scan your amiibo through the box. I did not know this. I saw your comment, Leaf Storm, that you said you can scan it through the box, the Viola. Can you do it with the... I'm upset that I opened this then, if that was the case. If you can just do it through the box. I know you said like the Viola and Samus amiibo, you can. Shout outs to Chrono Rig. Thank you for the 5, though. Thanks for the potential update on that one. Also, shout outs to Leaf Storm. Let's get into the proper shout outs, though. Proper shout outs. 9 on the combo board. Let's go. Extensions in play today, guys, because I'm not going to be on the Spawncast tonight, so extensions in play. Shout outs to everybody. Appreciate that. Shout outs to Chrono Rig. Anybody that's 5 or more, you can beat out Chrono Rig. And also remember, Chrono Rig, Justin's gone, so we can't talk to him. But King Tree Freak and Chrono Rig, if you guys drop a dono, or if you drop a dono, make sure you put your music request. So if you want something, if you can't fit it in the message, that's okay. Just put it in the chat, and I got you if you drop a dono. So Chrono Rig, if you want something, let me know. Or King Tree Freak, if you want something, let me know. I only kind of wish that there was at least one substantial track to play from the get-go. When the desert, I don't want to go out of my way to boot up Nintendo Music or something like that. It takes 2 seconds to boot up Nintendo Music. And sure, absolutely, absolutely, it would be great. But it literally takes 2 seconds, and it's on your phone, and it's already booting up. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and you have more tracks if you do it that way. Yeah, it's already there. So, I mean, I see what you're saying for sure. And it would be great if it was there. Like, it would be awesome if it was there. But I have the amiibo. I have it, and I used it, and I'm like, yeah, this isn't anything significant. It doesn't really do anything, to be honest, Roadhouse. Like, it doesn't really do much. Like, I listen to the music, and it's like, okay. It's just sometimes it's honestly, and I'm not just saying this just to say it, like, honestly, it's just better, like, with the sound of, like, the ambient music and the breaking of the crystals and the sounds of the enemies and whatever. It's honestly just better like that. I mean, I know some people would have liked to have it there, and definitely would have been great, but it's not like a deal breaker, for me at least. As somebody who has the amiibo, and like use the music, I'm like, all right, there's 3 tracks. It's pretty like I said, it's not anything intense. It's just some background music, you know. So like I don't even turn it on, to be honest. After I use the music, I don't even turn it on. I just leave the music. I just leave the background how it is, because it's not really substantial. It doesn't really do anything, to be honest. To play a Viola track from Metroid Prime 4, I can. But I feel you on that one, though. I think they should have just put it in there normally. Like, I don't think it should be a New Game Plus unlock, but whatever. You know, like, a lot of things are, like, New Game Plus unlocks for certain stuff. So, it's unfortunate, but, yeah, it is what it is. Viola, Metroid Prime 4 theme. Alright. Let's see here. Oh, where is the... Dude, there's so many people just saying stuff. It's so funny. Fans are pissed. Yongye, Nintendo paywall background music feature for Metroid Prime 4 behind $30 amiibo. Oh my gosh. Fans are pissed. I don't know about fans. Metroid Prime 4, Viola, Metroid Prime 4 theme. Alright, there we go. I don't know if I can find it. To be honest, man. It's being weird. Yeah, I can't find that music. I cannot find it. So I'm just gonna go to Metroid Prime 4 OST. So Metroid Prime 4 OST. Yeah, we're gonna have to just go with Vuros or Fury Green. We're gonna go with Fury Green, because All the music isn't uploaded yet normally. KJ with the $2 dono and says, "Are we playing our phone or the game? This is Cope. Are we playing our phone or the game? This is Cope. What's Cope?" I just said if you want music, you can play whatever track you want on your phone if it was that important. As somebody who, once again, I have the amiibo. I literally have it. Before I even knew anything about the music or anything like that, I got it. So, yeah. I'm just telling you as somebody who's actually been playing. But yeah, like I said, I wish that it was in there normally so people don't complain. So yeah. I don't know what the issue is. I said I wish it was there. Let's hear King Tree Freak with the $1 dono. Shout outs King Tree Freak and shout outs KJ. Appreciate that. Or what do you guys want me to do? You guys want me to be mad and be angry and yell or something? You guys say I yell too much anyway. Let's see here. OJ, KOTOR remake. We might see seeing soon. I don't know about that. We'll find out. Let's see. Can you play the video? All right. So we're playing Fury Green instead. Shout outs though. King Tree Freak with another $1 dono. Thank you so much, King Tree Freak. I appreciate that. Hopefully there's at least ambient music in the desert. I haven't got there yet. No, I already just told you. It's just kind of like just the sounds of like the motorcycle and just the sounds of the enemies and stuff like that. Hey, shout outs Israel. Appreciate that, man. OJ, later part of Metroid Prime 4 side, I think the 5th zone is very weak. I was enjoying the game despite the zone issues. I did not enjoy that zone. I hope the final boss compensates. Yeah, just be no spoilers, please. Oscar. But yeah, not everything about the game is going to be great. Like, there's not going to be, I'm not saying that it's everything about the game is 100% the greatest thing ever, but I'm sorry that you didn't like the 5th zone. Let's hear thoughts on Nashville, Metroid Prime 4, Metroid Prime 5 rumors. It doesn't really matter too much right now. I mean, I'm pretty sure that they're probably going to make another game. I mean, they probably want to build off of Metroid Prime 4, so I'm pretty sure they'll make another game. I don't really think that's something that's like, oh my god, if they make Metroid Prime 5 or whatever, that'd be like shocking or surprising. They built this, you know, high quality, you know, customized, you know, stuff, and I don't know why those notifications are going. Like, I think I'm going to mute those. Disable chat box notification. I think that's what it was. So yeah, we're going to do that. I hate that I can't find Metroid Prime music on YouTube. The entire site just overloaded grifters whining about Amiibo paywall. Yeah, exactly. As soon as I typed in Metroid Prime 4 music, it was just, yeah, grifters complaining about Amiibo. So yeah. Let's see, I still find it crazy Yange voices JoJo character. It annoys me when I'm hearing his voice, think of the clickbait. No, I think it's fair for them to make videos about people saying that it's that, like, whatever the case is, right? Definitely an update would be good, though. Definitely like saying, hey, look, okay, well, we find out now that it's this. So as long as you update, you can have information wrong or you can talk about it in that type of way. I don't think he's grifting just simply bringing it up because, yeah, it is something to bring up. Like I said, as somebody who has the Amiibo and I've been playing the game, I don't really care. But like I said, for other people, I can understand that for sure. So, but I think I would just like an update, though. Like, now that we found out, it's like, okay, New Game Plus, just update it, which a lot of these guys probably won't do. But yeah. Because it's like probably for them it's not worth the time to update it. So yeah. Give me 1 second here, guys. 1 second. I spilled a little bit of water on my table. I'm gonna be crazy. Metroid Prime 4 8.6 average user score with 81 on critics. Why are certain folks out here saying the game is a failure? I think people were saying that because they're comparing it to previous Metroid Prime games and they're comparing it for like the weight that we had for the game. So people were expecting it to be rated higher because Metroid Prime 1 through 3 is rated 90, but 90 plus. But to be honest, I don't think if these Metroid Prime games, maybe outside of the first game, but I think if Metroid Prime 2 or Metroid Prime 3 came out in today's time, I think those games would be rated in the lower 80s too, probably. So yeah. Let's see, I don't understand how some of these fans hate the game, but they beat it in 2 days, then explore the game, obviously. Listen, guys, you can't believe everything that people say on the internet or, like, on Twitter. So, if I were you, I would stop listening to people on Twitter say that they did something or they do something, when chances are they probably didn't do something. Let me give you guys a perfect example. I tested Metroid Prime 4, and it doesn't look good on a 4K TV. And I said, test it. I'm like, show me your save file. Show me your Switch 2. He's like, I didn't buy it. I'm like, how did you, like, what do you mean you tested it then? He's like, you know, so he's like, I didn't buy a $600 tab. I'm like, so a lot of people just say stuff. And he's been going, this person has been going around saying that I tested it, it looks bad to people. And people have been responding like, wait a minute, hold up. He's using AI, Grok AI, to talk about the graphics. It's like really weird stuff. So a lot of people are just saying whatever they feel like saying, you know, because it's Nintendo and because it's like, it's like, I need to say something. You know, it's controversial. I need to say something. So a lot of people aren't even playing the game. They're just going off of what reviewers have said. They're not playing it themselves or anything like that. So you got to keep that in mind. Don't believe everything. Now, if somebody has like an actual in-depth review, or they say, hey, I've been playing, or they show their own gameplay, then of course that's fine. But just randomly going off of what somebody says that you have no idea who they are or where they are, I mean, like, I wouldn't take all that seriously. Because a lot of them could be lying. So yeah, I kind of want space travel, Metroid Prime 5, different planet stations. You know what, to be honest, man, after the situation here, I think that they should just take what they did with Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, and I think they should just expand upon it and make the parts that were weak, make those better, instead of having a whole new gimmick of space travel and planets. Like, that's going to create a whole nother host of issues. So I think if they can just take what they did, which is a pretty good base, and just refine that, make it switch to only for Metroid Prime 5, and say, okay, we fixed a lot of these things, and then also layer in some new things, I think that'd probably be a better option than having to upend the T-table, right? And then say, planets, space travel, ships, Starfield. Like, I think that's a terrible idea. I think that's a terrible idea. I know people want that, and I think it'd be cool, but man, I just think it's a bad idea, considering how long these games take to make and all that. I think that they should just build upon what they built already, you know, and kind of go from there. So yeah. Thanks, the cool guy. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, man. Yonge isn't spreading crazy misinformation, but he is often talking prematurely and only talking about negative news and positive news to jab at others, because that is what people watch. Yeah, that's something that he does. I mean, that's his type of thing. But I mean, except for when it's his employer. If it's Sega, and when it comes to certain things that they do, he won't speak on those things because Sega employs him. So, you know, like, it's one of those things to where, like, you know, because he's the voice of the Yakuza character. So he didn't talk about certain things and certain stuff pertaining to Sega because that's who pays him money. So that's why, like I said, you got to take, I'm not saying that you should discredit what he says, but, you know, you should also don't take it as like, you know, as like everything that he says is like this or that. And once again, he's free and entitled to talk about games just like everybody else is, you know? Yeah, I already made a video on Chrono Trigger, Alex. Check out my video that I did. I think I did that video a couple days ago. So we're not talking about that here, but I did do a video on Chrono Trigger in terms of what Mr. Yuji Horii said about that game. So check that out if you haven't seen it. I did that video on December 3rd, so 3 days ago. So check out that video. Like I said, we already talked about it for a bit, so we're not going to be discussing that again a lot here. But yeah, essentially Yuji Horii talked about it. More details there if you want the full rundown. Hey, what's up, Paul Gale? Welcome to the stream, brother. How you doing today? Shout outs to Paul Gale. Let's go. Shout outs. Have you stopped playing the game because it was too hard or not fun anymore? Have I stopped playing the game? No, I just started playing the game, JC. Why would I stop playing Metroid Prime 4? Stop playing the game because it was too hard? That's never been a thing for me, my man. Stop playing a game because it's too hard? No, there's no Switch game that's too hard to the point where I'll stop playing. There's not a single Switch game that I can even think of that I'd ever stop playing because it's too hard. No way. In terms of not fun anymore, I mean, there's games that I've stopped playing because they're not fun or I just don't feel like playing. But no, it's not this one. I'm still playing Metroid Prime 4. It's good so far. Let's see here. That person was saying, not just Metroid. Okay, I thought he was talking about Metroid Prime 4. Okay, because we were talking about Metroid Prime 4. Okay. No, there's no game that I've stopped playing because it's too hard. There are games that I've stopped playing because they're not fun. Sorry, I thought he was talking about Metroid Prime 4. My bad. Yeah, there are some games. What's it called? That one game, Hi-Fi Rush, Starfield, Spider-Man Miles Morales, the original Spider-Man 2018. Not because they were too hard. It's just because it's more like, not that they're not fun. It's like more like I don't feel like it. Like, there's a difference between something not being fun and something being like, I don't feel like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, like some food, right? There are times when, oh, it's not that I don't like this. I just don't feel like eating it right now. And that's essentially what Hi-Fi Rush and Starfield and some of these games where it's like, oh, it's not that it's not fun, it's just that I don't feel like it, you know? I mean, they could probably be fun if I played more, if I decided to put more time or effort, but yeah, there's no game that I stopped playing because it's too hard. But that's never happened that I can think of outside like NES games or like Super Nintendo games, like old school. But like, yeah, modern games, no. What's up, J2 Blue? Welcome to the stream. How you doing today, brother? Shout outs to Great Wall. Thank you for correcting me on that one. Dan Dips, what's up, Dan Dips? Welcome. I'm thinking Dust Bloods will likely game awards to be shown. Yes, I think that Dust Bloods. I talked about that today in my video about Monolith Soft. I said that Dust Bloods seems more likely, considering From Software is revered as like gods, better than like Miyamoto and everything that Nintendo's ever done at the Game Awards, and from a lot of the Game Awards audience. Obviously, Sekiro wins Game of the Year, and also Elden Ring wins Game of the Year. So whenever they put out a big game, it's definitely people are like, oh, that game, that's it. So even like Elden Ring, like Night Rain, that got nominations, so I think that the Dust Bloods definitely has an opportunity for Nintendo to show that off at the Game Awards, and that could be fun to see. Didn't you stop Silk Song as well? Yeah, because I didn't feel like it. It's not that it was too hard. I beat the area. I just got tired of the runbacks, and I just didn't feel like playing it. Plus, other games came out. So it's not that he asked me if it's too hard or if it's not fun anymore. Silk Song, it's not that it wasn't fun anymore. I just didn't feel like it, And another game came out that I wanted to play. So when another game comes out that I want to play, I'm going to drop one game, I'll go to the next one. I might go back to it, but it wasn't because it was not fun, or it wasn't because it was too hard. Nah. Let's see here. Stop playing Tales of Symphonia because it's slow. Tales of Symphonia? Oh man, you should have kept going. Tales of Symphonia is fantastic. Very, very good game, bro. Very good game. Let's see. Do you think that Dust Bloods could be what Jeff was teasing at the statue with the weird symbol? No, I don't think so. I don't think that's it. But I mean, if it is it, that's crazy. If it was it, that's wild, because that just doesn't seem. Well, I mean, it's not that it's wild, but something that elaborate for a Nintendo exclusive, I don't know about that, right? So, I'm not so sure. Horizon Zero Dawn about 5 times and I'll always drop it. Yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn, it has the bones, or it has the basis, the foundation of an incredible game that's a lot of fun to play. But then when you start realizing that it's such a robotic, and no pun intended, like copy paste type of, oh, this is what a focus group would like. I think that's it. But it's a great game though. It's still a really, really good game. But it just feels, like I said, it just feels a bit too like focus groupy for me. There's not like a lot of like alternate sauce, if that makes any sense, for like an open world game. For me to be really excited to play an open world game, it's got to do some like crazy stuff. It's got to do some like interesting mechanics, because we've played a million open world games. It's not bad. Like, I think Horizon's like a solid 8, 9 out of 10. Like, I think it's a great game. But it's just, like I said, it's just a little like, the reason why you pick it up and drop it, because you feel like you've played this game 10 times over. It just feels like it's just so, like I said, it's just so cut, like, not, like I said, not generic, but just so like, oh, there's this, like, there's no sauce in between. It's just, it's a good cooked meal, but the seasoning is a little bit the samey. Like, you feel like you're eating the same meal every time, So I think that's the reason why people pick it up, drop it, pick it up, drop it, pick it up, drop it. I've done the same thing. I've picked up and dropped Horizon Forbidden West. I picked up and dropped Horizon Forbidden West twice. Like, I picked it up on the PS4, started playing it, put some time into it, said, I'm good. Then I picked up again, and I played it on my PS5, backwards compatibility, 60 frames per second, dropped it again after that. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna try it again. But it's not bad. I still think it's a good game. Like, I think like 20 hours into it. Like, the first time I think I put like 10 hours, the second time I put 20 hours. And I'm like, oh, it's a good game. It's just, like I said, there's just, like I said, lacking some seasoning. But it's still good. Still good. Let's see here. You're not feeling well, Paul Gale? This weekend, severe ear infection, fever, canker sores, and sore throat, cough, headache, body aches. Oh my goodness. Sorry to hear about that, Paul Gale. Yeah, I hope you just relax, man. And of course, hydrate and relax. Sekiro deserves it, though. Elden Ring deserves it, too. Nobody said that they didn't deserve it. I just said that they like From Software games, and those games, you know, got game of the year for whatever. Me personally, sure, they deserve it. I wouldn't have picked them, but at the same time, I get it, you know. Let's see here. I love Horizon Forbidden West. It can out when I wasn't feeling open world games. Now I'll try to finish it. Okay, you loved Horizon Forbidden West. Okay, it came out. I think you meant it came out. That man, nah, Paul Gale is tough. He's gonna survive. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna survive, baby. He's gonna survive. Hey, what's up, Rags? Rags the Riches. What's up, baby? Welcome. What's up, Daniel C? What's up, Flydius Leafstorm? What's up, Peck? Guess my Saros or Lords of the Fallen for the statue. Guess is Saros. Oh, okay. Saros or Lords of the Fallen for the statue. Okay, yeah. That seems Peck. That's a good comment. That seems kind of likely. Hope you feel better, Paul. We out here. We wishing you some feeling better, bro. You got all sorts of stuff happening. You getting absolutely bodied right now, bro. I'm just gonna ignore all the Prime 4 complaining and play the game for myself. That's probably the best option, you know, to do. Just kind of like what people with Death Stranding. You know, Death Stranding got a lot of complaints, got a lot of people whining and complaining. But people who decided to play the game and gave it a shot, they said, "Hey, this is pretty good. You know, this is actually pretty good." So I think that's probably the best option if you're interested in the game. Check it out yourself, see what you think, and then kind of go from there. You know. What's up, David Dampier? Rags the Rich is always, hey man, that's what you gotta do. Man, screw that statue. The cool guy does not want to see this. What's wrong with the statue? What's wrong with the statue? All right, take it easy, Roadhouse. Thanks for coming out to the stream. What's up, Jeffrey Tucker? What's up? Hey! Hey! You on the Spawncast tonight? No Spawncast tonight because I gotta take care of my boy. That's why I'm starting up early. There's no Spawncast pre-show, unfortunately. But fortunately, I get to spend some time with my boy. So my wife, she's gonna be busy tonight. So we need somebody to look after my boy, or he's gonna have some destruction in his room down the hall. Like seriously, there's times, man, I go to get his milk or I go to get something for him. All I hear is boom, 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 boom. Because this dude thinks he's freaking Juggernaut, or he thinks he's LaDainian Tomlinson, or he thinks he's an NFL running back already. This guy's out there. He's climbing up and jumping off things already. He's only 2. So yeah, I got to make sure that the boy doesn't decide he's Spider-Man already. He thinks he's Miles Morales or something. Shout outs to Clabby94 with the $5. This is PSA. Don't fall asleep with earbuds in. I'm fighting a wicked ear infection because of it. DK Tunes, please. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I never usually go to sleep with earbuds in. I always, if I'm sleeping or if I'm about to go to sleep, I usually listen to Digino Gaming and I have it on. But yeah, I would think if you're sleeping next to your wife or whatever, then absolutely. But she's gotten used to me putting on Digino Gaming, at sleep, so she doesn't mind it now. And it's low, so. But yeah, falling asleep with earbuds on definitely can get you something there. DK Tunes, Johnny on the spot, DK Bonanza OST. Let's go. Thank you so much, Mr. Clabby. Appreciate that. And our first extension is locked in. Let's go. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate that. 17 on the board. You guys know what the deal is. Combo breaker, 15-minute extension. Let's get it. My man Noah.
Overclock Buster.
Next one up at 30 combos. We will get a 30-minute extension from our normal 2-hour stream. Let's go. Little Essence is a bad dude. This guy, man, like I said, super strength, super speed for his age. Very strong, very fast. Sometimes I legitimately could not catch him at 2. Like, although he bent around the corner, and I literally got juked out by him. He was like running, and I'm like, I gotta change his diaper, and he's like running, and I'm like, come here, and I'm like, I'm not running my fastest because I'm inside the house, and then he starts like running, and I'm like picking up speed, and I'm like, okay, let me get him. And then he hooks around the couch and like literally, I think he did like a little shimmy. He did like a little fake to the kitchen and then hooked around to the right. And I got like literally, I went towards the kitchen. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. My son just juked me like already. Like, oh my, I just got juked. So yeah, the boy is fast and strong. So you gotta like, you gotta make sure that you're there with him. Otherwise he's going to run or he's going to jump off something. Jamar with the 4 months. Appreciate that. What is the reason they are announcing Monolith soft game because it's a Xenosaga remake? No, there's nothing that it's going to be a Xenosaga remake or that they're announcing anything confirmed or anything Leafstorm. It's just rumors. It's just rumors and speculation. So nothing confirmed. Then there's definitely no Xenosaga remake confirmed. That's not it either. So yeah. LJ, do you collect figurines from video game characters? Just asking. Nah, not other than Amiibo. No. Yeah, I'm already losing. I'm getting old, bro. I'm getting old. So I'm getting old. Getting real old. Let's see here. You're a good dad, PlayerEssence. Wish my parents were like that. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, man. You know, my dad didn't really, I don't think my dad did that with me. I mean, he messed with me, like, in terms of, like, playing around sometimes, like, rough play, but I don't have too many memories of that. My mom, she was always at work, or she was always doing something, so she couldn't as much. But my mom was very loving, you know, she was always very loving, and, you know, she'll make jokes with me, but she never really, like, ran and chased me and did stuff like that. Because, I mean, I have my brothers and sisters for that anyway, so, yeah. Let's see, you see the new DSP Xmas special? It's a dented life. I have not seen that. What channel did that so I can watch it later? I did not see that. A dented life Christmas special. The lore with DSP just keeps on like going and go. Like it's never gonna stop. That's like the funniest. It's like is it ever gonna stop? Is it ever going to stop with the guy? You know, it's crazy. Crazy stuff. Future defensive end. I don't know if he's gonna be big enough for a defensive end. I don't know if he'll be that tall. I mean, I know he's gonna be much taller than me. I'm not super tall. I'm about 5'9", but like I'm guessing he's gonna be like around like 6 foot or something like that. 6 foot, 6'1". So not sure if defensive end will be his calling. But probably running back. I'll teach him at running back. I'll teach him how to play running back, receiver. I'll teach him how to play safety. You know, so we'll see. Sometimes what you play is kind of like it's like in your DNA. Like what you play is sometimes to your strengths as like an athlete or whatever. Now, obviously anybody can play any position with enough training at least, but just sometimes when it comes to football, you're just born to play a certain position. Depending on your coaches and what environment and who else is around you, you might mold into somebody great at that position, or you might have to change positions because there's already somebody there, or you might learn new skills. Like it's interesting because like when I first started playing, I was a cornerback, and I was a receiver. I had no thought of playing running back. Like when I first started playing football, like flag football and all that, running back was never even in my thought. Like I played receiver, I played quarterback, and I played quarterback, receiver, and cornerback. I was like, running back? I'm not gonna play running back. And then later, they just moved me. When I started playing tackle football, they just moved me to running back. They're like, okay, well, you're gonna play running back now. And I was like, oh, but I play receiver. I play corner. I don't play, because I love Deion Sanders. I love Jerry Rice. So like, okay, Deion Sanders, he played corner. Jerry Rice, he played receiver. Those are the two guys that I love the most. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to play one of those two spots. You know, I'm going to play that. So they just moved me to running back, and I kind of like never looked back after that. So, but I was like, I was okay at running back. I think that's like more of my natural position. So I was like, fine, you know. What's up, Mecca? It's Kino Casino. I don't love their politics, but the way they roast DSP so well. I mean, listen, man, if you're going to Kino Casino for politics I've seen those guys. That's not necessarily, let's just not say they're probably not far up on the IQ list when it comes to politics. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't really take anything like that seriously from them, but yeah, it's all good. They are pretty funny. What's up, Sidious? Welcome. Let's see, the way you said he bet around the corner made me think defensive end. Oh yeah, that's true. If you can hit the corner, man. I did play outside linebacker too. Like I played middle. I played middle backer. I played just linebacker. I played safety. I played a lot of different things like before I settled on just running back, you know, like in high school, like varsity and all that. But yeah. What's up, Sidious? Welcome. What's up, the Great Wah? What's up, cool guy? What's up, Donnie? No dad, no siblings. Am I cooked? Wait, do you say no dad, no siblings, Donnie? Are you talking about yourself? Are you cooked? Of course you're not. You're not cooked. Just because you don't have a dad or siblings doesn't mean that you're cooked. You still have a life. You still have worth. You still have value, you know? My house had a long hallway growing up, about 50 feet, so we could get up the full sprint in the house. Oh man, that's a big hallway. I don't think I can never get up the full sprint in any house that I've lived in. Even my mom's house is pretty big, and I've never been able to get into, yeah, like a full sprint. I mean, in this hallway that I have here, it's not a small hallway by any means. I don't think it's 50 foot, but it's not a small hallway that I have here. But I don't think I can get up the full speed, though. And that might be tough for me to get the full speed. So yeah. But I feel you on that one at West Side OM. Hey, what's up, 777 AZ? Double OG AZ. Let's go. Big love, man. Alright, what's up, the game Double M? Welcome to the stream, brother. How you doing today? Shout outs, welcome. Welcome. If I haven't said what up to you, make sure you say hi in the chat. I'll say hi to all my lovely, awesome elite ninjas here. Let's see here. Hey is here as well. Big love. Loco Man. Shout outs to Loco Man switching it up. I'm terrible at FPS and I usually don't play them, but I love the accessibility features in Prime 4, like auto lock on, and so far I'm really enjoying it. Well, yeah, like that's the thing about Metroid Prime 4 that I talked about in my video of Metroid Prime 4. I talked about how like the accessibility options and just the amount of options just to play the game. Gyro, pointer, mouse, dual analog, assisted gyro, like lock on. Like there's so many different ways to play the game. There's so many different ways to enjoy it from a control perspective. So like I said, not perfect game by any means, but definitely a very a good foundation and basis for. I mean, I can't wait to see what they do next too. You know, so there you go as well. Positions are pretty specialized. Yeah, they are. Some people can play multiple positions, but like what you really hone in on, you have to like really know. So most of the time, like once you get to like college, they'll just put you on one side. Like you got just one position, you know. But high school, you'll probably play multiple. If you're good, you'll probably play multiple positions in high school. You know, like unless like you're like most of the time, like you know, depending on how good you are at quarterback. You might play defense too, but most of the time, like if you're really good at quarterback, you're just gonna play quarterback because they don't want you to get hurt, you know, at playing anything else. Says it was so much fun. I missed that house so much. Yeah, I never had a house that big enough. But yeah, that sounds fun. Like for you and like your siblings to be able to get into the hallway so big you can get into a full sprint. That just sounds wild, man. That sounds crazy. What's up, Mecha Ridley? Welcome to the stream, brother. How you doing today? Shout outs to Mecha Ridley in the chat. For my favorite control style, motion controls on Metroid Prime 4. I like to use dual analog with assisted gyro. I think that's kind of like my favorite right now. By the way, I'm pretty sure I'm at the last couple missions for Age of Imprisonment. Might be able to beat it tomorrow. Oh, okay, yeah. I think I actually turned the leaf on that one too. I've been doing all the side quests though, so I'm like how many hours in are you, Party Man? I'm like 45 hours in, side quests and all. Like, there's a lot of side content in that game, man. Plus, I'm doing all the aside missions, too. I've pretty much unlocked almost, like, most of the aside missions I've gotten done. Like, so that's, like, the achievements that are, like, built into the game, you know? I got all those done, or most of those done. So yeah. Let's see here. All I have to say about the statue is that it was an event that was both epic and scary. But the nightmare none will ever have to deal with. Okay, you're talking about something else. IRL? Okay. Music being locked behind Amiibo doesn't even matter when you can always use YouTube. Well, it depends on how you're playing, right? Like, I still don't like it being Yoshizu. I still don't like it being locked behind that. Although it's a new game plus. Apparently, it's on like it's a new game plus unlock. So once you beat the game, I think maybe even with the 100, you play new game plus and it's there. So yeah. I'm not even sure if it's 100% scan. But yeah, I mean, obviously, if you're playing on a monitor, like with your computer right there, you can easily play another track or whatever you want. If you're playing on your TV, you can just open up Nintendo Music and have more access to more tracks. But yeah, definitely, I can understand the frustration from some people too, like when it comes down to that. But like I said, for me, I have the Amiibo. I didn't care one way or another. I've played the music and it's okay. I usually just roll with with no music on anyway, because it's not that big of a deal for me. But for some people, it will be, you know. So I get it. Not expecting anything, but I hope we get a cool Nintendo announcement next week at the VGAs. I hope so too. We'll see what happens. We will see. I tried dual analog gyro in Prime 4. Honestly, it felt pretty weird compared to Prime 1 gyro. So I think mouse mode is preferred way to play Prime 4. Mouse mode, yeah. I mean, you need a desk to play mouse mode, or I don't want to play on my pants. So like if I'm playing, you know, like I don't want to put the mouse to like my clothing and all that. So if I'm playing on my big screen TV, like to me, I mean, mouse mode it's not something that I'm gonna do. I mean, although I do have a little desk that I'm a little tray thing that I could put and use mouse mode, but I just don't feel like doing mouse mode the whole time, you know. Although I've used it, it's good. It's definitely good, and it's super accurate. But yeah. Also holding that mouse like that, it's too thin. Like holding the Joy-Con for that long, it's just too thin for me. But it works, like I said. I think that maybe assisted mouse mode might be the best. Like let's just say you're playing dual analog and then boom, like when you really want to line up your shot, assist it, then boom, go back. So I think that might be something that I'll look into playing. Maybe dual analog fusion. I'll try that out more. You know, where I just use the Joy-Cons and then yeah, dual analog fusion. I think that's pretty cool. With mouse mode. Yeah, no Spawncast tonight. I got to take care of my son tonight, so no Spawncast tonight, but I'll be back probably next week. Still trying to complete Hyrule Warriors. There's so much content. Yeah, there's a lot of content in Hyrule Warriors. It takes forever. There's always do their own directs. They always do their own directs with their own. Yeah. I'm not expecting Monolith Soft's new game to be announced at the Game Awards. We just simply discussing it because there was a rumor that it could pop up, so that's really what it was. But I'm more leaning towards the Duskbloods. But like I said, you never know, man. You never know. 30 plus hours in. Okay, 30 hours in. Nice. Gyro feels great to me. I tune the sensitivity. Yeah, you do have to tune it a little bit. But yeah, gyro feels pretty good. Like assisted gyro. So it's like when you hold down the button, then like you can kind of move the gyro around like that. Otherwise, I just have dual analog, you know. I use my Samus lunchbox. Let's see, Nintendo's been kind of lacking at VGA announcements, to be honest. Yeah, they don't really do much at the VGAs, which is, I mean, that's fine. They have their own directs. So I don't really have an issue with not having too much at the VGAs because they have their own directs and their directs are awesome. What's up, Prince Goro? Welcome, man. I played DE and left tackle all the way through high school. Only played tackle once in college. Nice Skull Cruncher. Is that what you do? Be skull crunching people on the field? There you go. Yeah, in high school, high school linemen usually play both ways. It's very rare for a lineman to not play both ways in high school. If you're a starter, at least. Shout outs to Minato Mario with the $1. I've been a while since my last donor. LOL. With so many negative Metroid Prime 4 reviews, do you think it's going to happen with almost every single Switch 2 first-party game exclusive from then on? I think it could be. No, I don't think it's going to happen with everything because the overwhelming majority of Metroid Prime 4 reviews are positive, not negative. If you look at the overwhelming amount of reviews, they're actually more positive than negative. So I doubt it. Because there's 84 reviews, or 79, and 64% or 81% of those are positive. 15% of those are mixed, and 0% of those are actually in the red negative. So it doesn't even have any, like, at least by Metacritic standards, it doesn't even have any negative reviews. So negative would be, I think, under a 60. So like in the 50s, I think that's what the negative is, like at the 50s range. And the worst review that it's gotten is essentially a 6 out of 10. That's the worst review. And like a good portion of those 6 out of 10 reviews are from one entity: Eurogamer Portugal, Eurogamer Germany. So you've got 3 6 out of 10s from the same entity, you know? So, which just makes no sense, I guess, whatever. But yeah, the same Eurogamer entity, company, gave it the same score. So really, like I said, there are, of course, obviously negative reviews. But really, there's nothing under a 6 out of 10. And some of these aren't even really a 6 out of 10. Some of these are a 3 stars out of 5. And 3 stars out of 5 isn't really a 6 out of 10 on a point scale. It's really more like a 7 out of 10 on a point scale. It's really more like, oh, it's like just like okay, it's passable, good, it's okay, but it's not like incredible. But the problem is that 3 out of 5 from a percentage wise is 60%. So they just translate it that way. And a lot of these reviews that are 6 out of 10 are actually 3 out of 5 stars. So you also have to factor that in too, you know. So the large majority of the reviews are actually positive, which is a 75 percentile and up. 81% of those are positive, and there's 0 negative reviews. There's not a single negative review, like in terms of like red by Metacritic standards. So yeah, I don't think so, Monado Mario. I don't think so. Yes, I mean 7. If it's 70 is a 7 out of 10, 80 is a 8 out of 10, 90 is a 9 out of 10. Obviously, so yeah. They're not gonna patch out the NPCs. That makes no sense. New Game Plus, if you want to play New Game Plus, or if you want to play New Game, they have the hard mode on New Game. They're not gonna patch out the NPCs because the NPCs don't need to be patched out. Let's see here. Reviews are skewing more negative in recent years. Minor Miracle Bonanza still got 90%. I think that there's also like a clickbait factor too to reviews in today's day. Some review, like I said, I'm not gonna say all, but a lot of them are kind of like, oh well, I can get more attention by saying this or by doing this. So like, there's also that factor, which we've talked about before many times. You know. What's up, Corey? Welcome. I appreciate it. The worst you'll hear is the game is good, not great. That's not the worst you'll hear, but that's kind of, but that's not the worst you'll hear. But yeah, once again, like, if you look at some of the other, you know, Nintendo Switch 2 games that have came out recently, like, you look at even like Kirby, right? Kirby's pretty much the same score overall. But it actually has more mixed, it's got more reviews, but it's got more mixed reviews. It's got more, and it's got one negative review, one actual negative review, like 50% or lower. So yeah. One negative review. Let me double check. So many reviews. Goodness gracious. Yeah, one Metro Game Central. They gave it a 40. So yeah. 4 out of 10. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Switch 2 first party will continue to get good reviews, I'm sure. But I think every Switch 2 game is going to see at least one negative, weird negative complaints. Yeah, probably. I mean, every game has at least one weird negative. It's not just Nintendo games. Like, all games have like weird negative complaints. So yeah. Played it for like 12 hours yesterday. The game is good. I don't get all the negativity surrounded. It plays beautiful. I think, like I said, once again, I think you guys. A lot of you guys are looking at people that are just trolling or people that are just saying things. A lot of you guys, like, most of the reviews are positive, guys. Most of the, so you would think that Metroid Prime 4 Beyond has like a freaking 30 average on Metacritic. The way some of you guys are speaking, guys, most of the reviews on Metroid Prime 4 are positive. Like, factually, most of the reviews are positive. Like, I'm on Metacritic right now. You can see the breakdown. For those who don't believe me, I will show you. For those who don't believe me. So here's the breakdown. Here's the breakdown of the review scores. Let me show you guys. So you guys know what I'm talking about. So here's the breakdown. 64, 81% of them are positive, 15% are negative, 81% are positive, 19% are mixed, and 0% are negative. So theoretically speaking, from a Metacritic standpoint, there are no negative reviews on the game. There are 0 from a Metacritic standpoint. The problem is that Metroid Prime, if you look at Metroid Prime before, the big games at least, this is what you're dealing with. You're dealing with Metroid Prime Corruption, Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, Metroid Prime Trilogy, Metroid Prime Remastered. You guys see all this? You see 90, 92, 91, 97, 94, 80. So it sticks out like a sore thumb. That's the issue. But the problem is that all of these games are like 20 plus years old. If Metroid Prime 4 Beyond came out in like, you know, 20 years ago, it probably would have had a 90 score Metacritic as well, based on point scales and how things work. So yeah, that's the problem. That's the reason why there's some issues. Overall, I expected a higher score too. I expected it. Potter 87 with the 1 gifted membership. I appreciate that. But yeah, based off of what we've seen before from Metroid Prime, I think that's where It's like, oh, well, Metroid Prime usually scores 90 plus for like the big numbered mainline games, you know. And obviously, Metroid Prime or Metroid Prime Hunters, Metroid Prime Federation Force, Metroid Prime Pinball, all of those are 85 and below. But Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3, remastered plus trilogy, obviously 90 plus, right? So that's where that's coming from. Let's see here. Thank you, Potter87. Thank you for the gifted membership, though. You are now the new Gift Ninja. Anybody does one gift or more, you can type or beat out my man Potter87. Thank you so much. People forget that the Switch 1 era outsold all outside of a few games. Oh, even the top games will have weird reviews. Yeah, pretty much every game does. Every game does. Outside of like Expedition 33, that's like the only game that doesn't. But that's, like I said, that game, you know, that game obviously very, very interesting game nonetheless. But like that game doesn't have like any negative reviews. Although you have people that are saying stuff, but most people that, you know, reviewed the game said it was like, there wasn't really anything weird, of like nothing like weird that happened with that game. But most games have like weird stuff that happens around it. You think some Nintendo fans have never seen 80 Metacritic before, how they're reacting? Yeah. So yeah. Let's see. I have to come up for Airplane, Metroid Prime. Love the video on Monolith today. Been a long time since Xenoblade video. Love it. Long time as in like a week or two. At least the next Prime game won't have to deal with the legacy of the original trilogy and will be compared to Prime 4. Yeah, that's true. I think that setting the foundation and the base for like the next game. So all they have to do is like, that's why I said like, it's, somebody suggested, oh, they should do space travel and all this stuff. I'm like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Take what you have and refine it. Take what you have and just smooth out the rough areas, smooth out the rough patches. Refine what you have, you know, refine what you have, refine what you have and go from there, you know. Do not waste your time, you know, do not waste your time, but do not try to upend the tea table, you know, just refine what you have. So yeah. Yeah, I hear you on that one, Minato. I feel you, brother. I saw what you said. I saw it. So yeah, Ghost of Tsushima sitting at like an 83. People love that game. 80 isn't bad. Yeah. Once again, Ghost of Tsushima, the reason why there's a difference with that game is because that game didn't have anything else that they're comparing it to. Like when it was a new IP, so there's nothing to compare it to. Metroid Prime, they're comparing it to the other Metroid Prime games. If Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3 had like 80s, then people wouldn't be talking about it, you know, like that. So yeah. But the biggest issue is that, once again, like those games were reviewed like 20 years ago. The standards and what people expect and the thought process, it was a completely different beast 20 years ago, you know, 20 plus years ago, in 2003, 2004, you know, 2007. So yeah, I don't think anybody actually thinks, like, if you go back and play Metroid Prime 3 or Metroid Prime 2 or even Metroid Prime Hunters, I don't think anybody actually thinks those games are better than Metroid Prime 4. I think most people don't think that. Like, if you just play them back to back, you know? Most, I would say. Just from a control standpoint by itself. How long would it take you to beat Xenoblade game? A month or 2 months? Depends on how much time you have to play. You can beat it in a couple weeks if you play all day. Or you can beat it in a week if you play all day. It's a 100-hour RPG. So if you play the game for 15 hours a day, you know, or it's not even 100 hours. You can beat Xenoblade in less than 100 hours. So let's just say it's like a 70-hour game. If you play every day for 10 hours a day, you'll beat it in a week. You know? so yeah. 20 years ago, a lot of gaming outlets used to review out of a 10, including IGN. There's no way Other M is comparable to MP4. Hunters is no way better. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's no way that Metroid Prime 4 is only 1 point better than Metroid Other M. That's insane. That's like insane logic. And like I said, that's just based off the controls by itself. The way that Metroid Other M controls is absolutely atrocious compared to Metroid Prime 4, which is the main way of playing a game, is, you know, control. That's very important. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond gives you way more options. It makes a way better gameplay experience just on controls alone. So yeah, there's no way that, you know, Metroid Other M is, you know, Metroid Prime 4 and Metroid Other M are close to each other. So that's why I say it's like review scores from 20 years ago are very different. Or like even like Metroid Prime Hunters. Nobody actually thinks Metroid Prime Hunters or even like Metroid Prime Pinball, or, you know, these games are close to Metroid Prime 4. Nobody actually thinks that, you know? What's up, Justin Smith Williams? Another early Saturday stream. What's up? Been having a blast with MP4. Definitely feels like more than an 80 rated game for me. There you go. Can you see? I can see your comments, Mr. Davis. What's good, man? Have you checked out the Hody stand for the Switch 2? It has, of course, a charging spot, and USB hub's pretty solid. I have not. Yeah, but I think a lot of people don't want to consider the idea that Metroid Prime 2 and 3 wouldn't be considered 90 plus Metacritic in today's standards. I think a lot of people don't want to think that because they have their opinions and ideas of what it was. But as somebody who went to refresh a little bit before Metroid Prime 4 came out, those games definitely wouldn't score that high. And I think maybe that's the reason why Nintendo didn't. Maybe. I don't know for sure, but maybe that's the right reason why Nintendo didn't release those games beforehand, because if people played those, they're going to think, oh, this is the way that Metroid is. Nah, I'm good, you know? I think they just wanted people to just start from Metroid Prime 4 and say, hey, this is kind of like the direction that we're going to go in, and we're going to improve upon this, or we're going to go with this direction, you know, with how Samus is and what she can do now. So yeah. Let's see if people made a big deal of NPC. You only encounter them briefly. Yeah, I've been playing. They're pretty brief. It's not really that big of a deal to me from what I've played. So, and it's fine. Like I don't mind the NPCs so far, at least. So yeah. I know some people don't like them, and that's fine too. Some people like them. That's also fine. Metacritic is something to discuss, but I don't take it seriously. Too many factors and reasons to inflate or deflate a score by a reviewer. Maybe gamers need a Metroid Direct to decide. Yeah, Metroid Direct. That'll do it. Oh man. Let's all just be happy Metroid Prime 4 is finally playable. Do you remember the amount of people begging for the game to come out and how long for it to come out? Yeah, I do remember that. How could you forget? Overall, I've been hearing the opinions of fair Metroid fans, and lots of people weren't super fans of the level design as well as other details. I do expect the game to get many negative video essay. Here's what I expect with the game. I expect to get negative video essay now, but then later down the line they'll be like, it was way better than what people were saying at the time. That's what I expect. That's what I expect to happen in the future with the game. Like I said, I don't know. You said opinions of many fair Metroid fans. I don't know who's considered a fair Metroid fan, Oscar. I don't know who you're looking at or what you're saying, or I don't know what reviews you're looking at or who you're talking about. But like I said, I don't really take anything that, I don't really take anything that people say over the internet too seriously. And I don't know who you're talking about when it comes to fair Metroid fans. I have no idea. So for me, I judge the game based on my own personal playthrough and what I'm playing. And here's my own personal opinion. My own personal opinion is that Metroid's game design from before in the past isn't necessarily the most incredible thing for a first-person game. It's just not. And I've said that before, and I'll say it again. I don't like traversing big, huge labyrinths in first person. You move too slow. And I've said that a million times, and I said that even before Metroid Prime 4 comes out. Metroid Dread is much better, or 2D Metroid games are much better to have huge labyrinths to explore because you're in third person, because you have high speed boots, because you have screw attack. You can do all these different things that make it no problem. But first person Metroid, having massive labyrinths that you have to backtrack all the way through is not incredible in first person. Now, there's a lot of fair Metroid fans that will say, that's great, that's what I want. And I'm like, I don't think that's that great, So I like, we can agree to disagree on that one. Me personally, I don't mind the smaller areas with the Metroid type stuff and then using a hub world to connect to them or whatever. Like, I don't mind that because I don't like backtracking all the way through in first person in Metroid Prime 1. Like, I don't like doing that. I've never liked doing that. And I'm glad that I don't necessarily have to do that like crazy in this game. So yeah. So I'm gonna, like I said, have to, everybody has their opinion, but I really hope that they don't go back to that because of some people online. I really hope that they don't, because I just don't find that type of game design in first person to be great. Like I said, now in third person, it works just fine. It works like a dream. Metroid Dread, Metroid Fusion, or Metroid Samus Returns, Super Metroid, third person, super fast gameplay, speed, screw attack, high jump boots, speed boots, all this cool stuff that'll make you traverse better. But Metroid Prime, like, you're just like walking through, or like somewhat, not walking, but you guys know what I mean. You have to move slow in Metroid Prime because it's a first person game. So yeah. Let's see. Deported with the $5 donut says, any Blade news lately? One of my few anticipated Xbox games We don't get many urban-style superhero games these days. Oh, man. Shout-outs to Deported Sicilian. I appreciate that. That is, even trashing DSP. Trashing DSP to the very end. Shout-outs to Deported Sicilian. Thank you for the $5 dono. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Just hope Retro doesn't try to chase the 90+ rating for the next game and go too conservative with their approach with MP5. I don't think if they went too conservative with MP5, I don't think they'd chase. I don't think it'd get a 90+ rating. I really don't think it would. People would be like, this is too much like the previous games, and they ding it for that. So I don't think they even would get a 90+ rating, even if they did try to chase it, you know? Let's see here. How are you managing your motion sickness playing MP4? I'm doing okay. On smaller screens, it's okay. On bigger screens, it's a little bit worse. I think the 120 FPS helps out, though. I really think it does help out. Thank you so much, Mr. Yak Diesel, with the big $10 dono. Now, that is the Hokage pledge. Ayo. Let's go. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Anybody that does 999, you beat up Yak Diesel on both boards. Ayo. Pro Gamer tip, Metroid Prime and Mule can be scanned in the box so you can use them and keep them sealed. That sucks because I already opened this one when I shouldn't have opened that one. Okay, cool. No problem. Actually, it's kind of cool to have it open, though, to be honest. It's kind of cool. But yes, I heard Leaf Storm Blaze told me already that you can scan them through the box. So yeah, there you go. So if you really want to unlock the music early, just go to the store, scan it, bring your Switch, go to the store, scan it, and then go home. Boom, you're good. You're good. Shout outs, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Deported, thank you for the big $10 dono. 36 on or 37 on the board. Overclocks cooked. Let's go.
Overclock
30-minute extension on the board as well. Yes, sir. We got you. Shout outs to Yak Diesel. But you know, I'm doing okay. Why did I put Deported Sicilian on there? I meant Yak Diesel. Sorry. Yak Diesel is the stream that just stream Hokage, not Deported Sicilian. Yak Diesel with the sweep. Sorry about that, Yak. But yes, I'm managing it okay. You know, it's going okay. What if Metroid was a third person and or over the shoulder? I like that. I like third person more than I like first person. So I would like the over if they decided, or at least have an optional mode for that. You know, I would appreciate that personally if they did. But I don't know if they will. But if they do, I'll be happy about it. If they give you first person and also over the shoulder like Resident Evil, I think that'd be dope. Will never please everyone, so they won't be able to conform to everyone's demands for what a good game of the franchise should be or have. Just like them releasing FE4 on Switch 2. Thanks, Party Man. I appreciate your wise words of wisdom. Your wise words of wisdom, Party Man. Thank you. People complain that NPCs unwanted hints confuse me. They're much better than those constant question marks on the map hinting on where to go in previous Prime games. Yeah, once again, I don't think it's that big of a deal. But some people, you know, they're upset at whatever they want to be upset at. I think the next steps for Prime franchise, especially for the modern landscape, is to build the game with both first and third person in mind, kind of like modern Resident Evil. Yeah, I would hope so. I mean, although there's only one Resident Evil game that, I mean, it's only only Resident Evil 8 and Resident Evil 9 have the options for it. But yes, that's how modern Resident Evil is doing it, and I think that that'd probably be a good idea to build it with first and third person in mind. I would hope that they would do that for the next game. I don't know if they will, but I would hope. 120 FPS does feel smooth. It does feel smooth. Metroid Prime 4, literally more Metroid Prime. If you play the previous games, then you'll like MP4. The hate is weird. Maybe. It's time to move Metroid to third-person 3D game to really take advantage of Samus' abilities. Well, they already have Metroid. They already have 2D Metroid, so it's like they already have that, you know. So I don't think that they need to move it to their like 100% for that when they already have like 2D Metroid, which is very good, you know. So I don't know if they have to have the two games that are, you know, slightly do things differently. I think having the first person perspective is fine. Just if they had an optional third person perspective too, that'd be great, you know. But they already have Metroid Dread, and that does all the stuff that Samus can do, you know, like all the stuff that, you know, that you would expect, like screw attack and high jump boots and speed boots and stuff like that. So To be a Zero Suit Samus skin in Metroid Prime 4. What a missed opportunity. A Zero Suit Samus skin? I guess. I don't know if that really changes anything. Justin with the $3 dono. Does Nintendo even consider Prime 4 Metacritic score bad, or do they...
Does Nintendo even consider Prime 4 Metacritic score bad, or do they not even care? Also, I'm back for a little bit.
Hey, shoutouts, Justin. Thank you for the 3. Do they consider it bad? I don't think so. They did link some of the reviews. I think that they probably thought that it'd probably do a little bit better, but that's just my own speculation on that. But they did link some of the reviews and said, like, they showed some of the 4 out of 5s and like, hey, look, it's getting this score. So, I mean, I don't know if they think that it's bad. I mean, Nintendo doesn't comment on review scores outside of, hey, here's some scores that we handpicked to be part of a promotion trailer. But they don't ever talk like, oh, those were good scores, or oh, those were bad scores. Kit and Krista have spoke about it just a little bit when it comes to like Game of the Year and like what they thought about Mario Odyssey and all that, because like they want to win that type of stuff. But yeah, I don't think they care too much. I mean, from a marketing perspective, you care. So I'm pretty sure Nintendo of America is looking at looking at the reviews and saying, okay, well, how well did it do? But yeah, I mean, I think overall, obviously, the quality of the game is important. You know, to Nintendo, for sure, the quality of the game is important. So if you equate that with review scores, then I would say maybe they do care, you know. But it just depends. Like, most of the time, games that review well are usually games that people like. So, yeah. Yeah, you kind of missed the Monolith soft rumors, but we'll talk about it again. I can get you up to speed. There's some rumors that Nintendo might have a Monolith soft announcement at the TGAs next week. So, I'm not so sure about that, though. I'm highly doubting that we will see that. So I'm doubting it, but you know, like I said, you never know what it comes down to. RGT is disappointed by MP4. Yeah, that's fine. He's allowed to have his opinion in terms of what he's disappointed or not. I didn't see his video, so he's allowed to be disappointed if he feels that it's not. I'm having a blast. But I think he really likes Metroid Prime. So to somebody else's point that was here, that some of the classic Metroid Prime fans maybe don't like it as much or whatever, he really, really likes old Metroid Prime. And I don't like old Metroid Prime as much. So there's also that. I'm not as big of a fan of old Metroid Prime as like he is. He thinks it's like the best game on GameCube and stuff. Whereas I don't think it's like the best game. I think it's one of the better games. But I'm not like, oh my god, I love Metroid Prime. It's like the greatest thing. You know, like the original Metroid Prime and Metroid Prime 2 and 3. I think they're good. But I think that 2D Metroid games are better, or simply just, I didn't mind them changing up some of the stuff because, like I said, I'm not in love as in like, oh my god, it's the greatest thing ever, you know, with Metroid Prime, the original and all that, So yeah, I don't mind the changes, and I think the control just by itself, to me, is just significantly better than Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3. There's like being able to have the fusion control styles, the tech in terms of frame rate, resolution, things like that, just make it much, much better to play. But there are some things, obviously, that I think are not necessarily great, or not as good as in some of the older games, for sure. But like I said, overall, I'm liking Metroid Prime 4 more than I like Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3. I know that's sacrilegious for some people, especially Metroid Prime 1. But yeah, like I said, I'm not big on first person, and I'm not big on going through labyrinths and dungeons in first person. That's the reason why I stopped playing. Like, I don't play first person dungeon crawling games. I can't do those. I don't like traversing in first person. I did do Skyrim and all that, but Skyrim you can switch between first and third person, and I always did that. When I'm traversing out in the field, I'll be in third person, and then when I go to like use like Fallout, I'll use like the VAT system, I'll go to the first person in Fallout. So, or like in Skyrim, I'll be in third person, then I'll kind of switch to first person for combat, then go back to third person. That's kind of how I did it in those games. So I'm just not the biggest fan of first person, like being in first person the whole time. And with Metroid Prime, obviously, like when you go from one dungeon to like another, or one area to another, you're on the bike and you're in third person the whole time. So like for me, that's better than traversing in first person throughout a whole labyrinth all game with only being in first person. Outside of Morph Ball, right? Morph Ball, you're in third person, and the bike, you're in third person. But in old Prime games, Morph Ball, you're in third person too, you know? Or like when you had like Screw Attack, like certain segments or certain things. So yeah. Let's see here. RGD still says it's good. Oh yeah. I know he was disappointed with some things about the game, but he still says it's good. Yeah, absolutely. But I'm thinking he probably thinks like the older games are better. I haven't watched this video though, so. Nintendo does not really care about TGAs except Dustblood since it's developed by FromSoft. Yeah, they don't really care. I mean, they've had some announcements at TGAs, you know, but yeah, they don't really care too much about it. Like, they don't bring announcements every single year, you know. Metroid Prime was pretty epic. I played it over 15 times, speed ran it one time, and collected everything in like 3 hours growing up. I was obsessed with it, but Prime 4, those graphics are good. No, absolutely. Prime, like, listen, this is not a dunk on Prime, you know, Prime 1. Prime 1 was revolutionary. It was great. You know, I thought it was good too. I thought it was really good as well, but I never thought it was better than like Super Metroid. I never thought it was better than like Metroid, you know, the 2D Metroid games. So I never felt like Prime was like, oh my god, this is like my ideal Metroid game for everything. You know, some people treat Prime as like the greatest Metroid game, Metroid Prime 1, and I'm like, no, not really. For me, it's like, okay, I'll take Super Metroid, I'll take Metroid Dread, I'll take other Metroid games over it. Like I said, I like Prime 3 more than I like Prime 1. So, because they changed up some of the structure. You're going to different planets. You have your ship. You're doing some different things, you know? It's not just first person in that area, Labyrinth, and just doing, like, you know, in first person the whole time, going through, like, a dungeon, or in Morph Ball when you do that. So, for me, I actually liked some of the changes. Except for, like, Metroid Prime 2. That one I didn't necessarily love, going to light and dark world back and forth. I mean, it was kind of cool, and I like the difficulty, but... And there's a lot of other functional changes within Metroid Prime 2 that are good. That's an improvement over Prime 1. But I still was not like, oh my god, this is like the greatest thing ever. Metroid Prime 3 I did like a lot. I did think that was good, and I beat that game, and I thought it was fun. Like, it didn't take me forever to beat the game. Like, I actually beat it within, like, you know, within like a week or two. Whereas Metroid Prime games, like Metroid Prime 1 and Metroid Prime 2, like, I played those over the course of, like, a month or 2 months. Because I'd always drop it, then pick it back up. Drop it, then pick it back up. So yeah. I'm the same as OJ, but Prime 1 was a fresh take on Metroidvania as a genre due to it being first person, which was innovative at the time. Absolutely. I agree it was. I just, like I said, I just get nauseous when playing them, and I don't know. I don't like traversing, you know, a big labyrinth in first person. I just don't, it's just not, I don't find that to be super fun. I don't find that to be super fun. So yeah, like I said, I'll take this way of being able to, you know, use the bike and to get to different areas, and so I don't have to be in first person, like, you know, most of the time, or a lot of the time, you know, there are ways to get out of that, so yeah. I played Prime 4 right after finishing Prime 1 100%. Prime 1 and 100% Metroid Prime 4 is better than Prime 1. Yeah, you're not going to get a lot of people saying that. But I mean, I definitely think there's going to be some people saying that. But once again, this is tough. Like when you have a really old game, a legendary old game versus a new game. And then, like, you know, people have their nostalgia, or they have their own thoughts on the old game compared to the new game and what they do. So it's always a delicate balance for sure. It's interesting whenever a game is made now and how it's compared to the peak in the same franchise back in the older days. I feel bad for newer games because they are new. Yeah, sometimes you're just never really going to, you know, but there are, like I said, there are actual legitimate concerns, or there's like legitimate things like, okay, yeah, that's not necessarily great, or that could have been better, like in any game. Prime as well, you know, but once again, Prime has such a legendary status based on when it came out, you know, it's hard to top that. It's hard. It's almost like Michael Jordan, right? And I'm not saying Prime 1 is like Michael Jordan because you know, but it's, I mean, it kind of is though in some ways because of this review score. Most games don't score 97, but like it's almost like no matter what anybody else does after Michael Jordan, everybody still remembers Michael Jordan first, you know? Like everybody still remembers, okay, he did 2 3-peats, he did 10 scoring titles, he has 5 MVPs. He has 6 finals MVPs, averaged 30 points a game for his like career. It's like no matter what you do, you're always going to be, no, that wasn't as good as Michael Jordan, you know? And I'm part of that. I'm a victim to that too, you know? No matter what, I'm like, nah, that's not as good as Michael Jordan. Nah, you weren't as good as Michael, you know? So I think that's kind of like what you're seeing sometimes between like an old and new game, you know? Hey, what's up, Jumpmon? Welcome. Do you wish we get more like Metroid Dread? That was really good. I do wish that we get more like Metroid Dread. Well, those are 2 separate teams. It's not like Metroid Prime 4 is inhibiting Metroid Dread or 2D Metroid from going on. Like, Nintendo always does those separate with separate teams. So, I mean, we're going to get more Metroid, you know, 2D Metroid. That's coming. But, I mean, obviously you have to give it development time and you have to let Prime 4 come out. So they usually alternate. Back in the day, at one point, they did them at the same time. Metroid Prime on the GameCube and Fusion, they came out the same day. on GBA and on GameCube. So you're gonna see them alternate. I think the next Metroid game will be in the next couple years. Probably another 2D Metroid game. We'll see that. So, and then they'll go back to Prime. So it's not like you're gonna not get 2D Metroid, you know. I don't think people understand how hard it is to get multiple games over 90. The Prime games set a high bar. They did really high bar. I have a similar feeling with the Zelda series, and the main games get 90s, but I always feel like they're around mid to high 80s. I think the Zelda games have earned their score, you know. Like I think that they're really good overall. Like I don't necessarily disagree with the reviews, but I mean, if you feel like they're 80s, then you feel like they're 80s. That's fine for you too. You know, that's cool too. Justin with the 3.
Yeah, look at Pokemon. People think every new game sucks, but I know that's mainly because of graphics and all that.
Yeah, Pokemon Legends ZA was awesome. Like, it was great. But I mean, there's a thing right now to where you can make a lot of money if you simply just bash Pokemon Legends ZA. So people are just being completely irrational with the game, you know, when it comes down to it. So yeah, I'm here. What are the Metroid Prime 4 sales numbers? Number 1 on both eShops and number 2 on Amazon. Number 1 for Switch games as well. I think Nintendo insists on Prime being first person so they can have a FPS. That's one that's unique. Yeah, sure, absolutely. But Prime is a first person game, so I think that's really what it is. That's the foundation of it. They could add an optional third person over the shoulder mode though. They could like that, and it can still have its identity as a first person game. So for example, Skyrim or Fallout. Does anybody see those as third person games? Not really. Even though those have third person modes in them, but nobody actually sees, you know, Fallout or the new Fallouts, right? Not the older Fallouts. Those were third person, like isometric. But like Fallout 3 and up, how about that? Fallout 3 and up for the main ones, nobody actually sees those as third person games, even though there's third person modes in them. Everybody sees as, oh, those are first person, you know. So yeah. Let's see here. There's a good quote from Mark Twain that I try to remember in these situations. Comparison is the death of joy. I guess that's a pretty good quote. I noticed Switch 2 games in general tend to be scoring a little low. Industry seems to be a little mad at Nintendo. I don't know if they're scoring a little low as in like compared to like what, right? If you're looking at like Kirby Air Riders, okay, that scored at 80. Like that scored nearly what, 20 points above the original Kirby Air Riders. If you're looking at Hyrule Warriors, Age of Imprisonment, right? That scored a 79, 80. So that scored right around what the last Hyrule Warriors got. So that's on par. You look at Donkey Kong Bonanza, okay, that scored really good. Okay, that's in line. Look at Mario Kart World, okay, that scored at 86. Mario Kart games usually score in the 80s, if I'm not correct. Like, there are some that are 90, but Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, that was a 90. But most Mario Kart games score in the 80s. So I'm not even gonna go conspiracy, like angry, you know. I'm not gonna, like, that's what I don't want to do. You know, I don't want to go conspiracy theory, just because I think that that's not necessarily the best way to go about things. So like, let's look at Mario Kart real quick. Let me make sure I'm right. So yeah, Mario Kart World has an 86. Mario Kart Deluxe has a 92. But let me see all the results. Mario Kart 8 has an 88, so the original game has an 88. Mario Kart DS, that has a 91. Mario Kart 7 on the 3DS has an 85. So Mario Kart Wii has an 82. Mario Kart Double Dash has an 87. Mario Kart 64 has an 83. So, I mean, it scores right around where Mario Kart games usually score. I don't think Super Circuit has a 93. So there has been times where Mario Kart has gotten like high 90s, or not high 90s, sorry, 90s. Like there's been a few times, but for the most part, the scores are right around where it's like where they usually are: 83, 87, 82, 88. And this one's an 86. So yeah. Let's see here. AOC frame rate and canon issues. Age of Imprisonment was near perfect. Yeah, no, listen, I feel you, man. Listen. Yes, I know. It tends to make no sense, right? It tends to make no sense. But the thing about it is this. Here's the thing about it. Reviewers and reviews, they'll never go past a certain level based off of, oh, well, the game plays better now. that's the interesting thing. So yes, you're right. You're thinking, wait a minute. How does Age of Imprisonment have the same score as Age of Calamity? Age of Imprisonment plays way better, looks way better, runs way better, is better, story-wise is better, combat is better, everything's better. Like, I don't think Age of Calamity does anything better than Age of Imprisonment. But once again, Age of Calamity having the 78 that it has, I think it has a 78. It's just based off of that and what happened there. Oh, well, I'm going to knock it down. It doesn't play that great, but I'm going to knock it down because of how it plays. Age of Imprisonment is like, oh, well, it's supposed to play like this. And if everything plays okay, then this is the score, like an 8 out of 10, right? So they're not factoring it like, oh my gosh, this one actually plays smooth and this, blah, blah, blah. In their eyes, and a lot of these reviewers' eyes, and this is the only thing that I can think of, is that that's how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to play like that, smooth and everything. I'm not going to give it extra points for the last one not playing that way. But once again, it makes no sense because it's so close in score, right? So what I just described right now, I don't think that makes too much sense. I'm trying to think. Hold up. I don't think what I said makes any sense. Okay, forget what I just said right now. I don't know why it's like that. How about that? You might be right, Brett. We can just move on. I don't know what the issue is with that. Why it's not, no, it's not that. Listen, the game is, I think it's fair for the game to have like an 8 out of 10. I think it's fair for the game to have an 8 out of 10. Age of Calamity, maybe that should have been lower. I think that's probably the answer to what you're trying. I think Age of Calamity should have been lower, and Age of Imprisonment is right around where it should be. Okay, that's the right answer. Age of Calamity probably should have been lower. Probably should have been like a 75 or something like that, like a mixed, like, but it was a 78. And Age of Imprisonment is right around maybe where it should be, which is like an 80. So I think that's it. So yeah, I think that's kind of more of what it should be. That makes more sense. So yeah. Your younger brother sacrificed his 60 for me to get Metroid Prime 4. He's an OG for doing that. Hey, that's a good brother. I think that there's only, I mean, here's the thing. It's just, I don't think there's a conspiracy against Nintendo. I think people aren't as impressed with Metroid Prime formula right now. Yeah, I think that's partly it too. Because Metroid Dread should have like a 90 plus. Like, I think Metroid Dread is like a 94. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no reason for Metroid Dread to not have a 90 plus. That has an 88, right? So I think that's
Honestly, though, the third-party ports on Switch 2 have been reviewing good except Sparking Zero, but it deserved its lower score.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's really people just aren't as impressed with the Metroid Prime formula. Because once again, Metroid Dread, that's the same Metroid Prime formula. And that has an 88. And Metroid Dread has no business having an 88 average on Metacritic. Like, not even, no business having that. No business. That's like I said, that should be like a 9. Like, if Silk Song has a freaking 91 average, yeah, or Hollow Knight has a 90 average, Metroid Dread should have at least that good or better. Because the story, the cinematics, the amount of options in gameplay and things that you can do in Metroid Dread kind of smoke Hollow Knight, to be honest. Although Hollow Knight's great, but how is it rated 2 points better, right? So it's like, yeah. So it should have been 90 plus. So I think it's really just more the reviewers not being as impressed with the Metroid formula as they were before, you know. I mean, me personally, I don't think I rated Dread, but if I had to rate Dread, I'd definitely give it probably like a 9.5 out of 10, or like a 9 point something out of 10, 9.4 to 9.5 out of 10 for sure. For sure. So like, and that's rated at 88. So I think it's more just people not necessarily in love with the formula of the Metroid games at this point, you know. 2 points ain't that far, but still, man, like it's not a lower than 90 rated game though. That's the thing. Like I get it, 2 points isn't that far. I agree, but it's not. It shouldn't be an 88. It should be a 90 plus. You know. Hey, Chad, I gotta say this is my favorite Metroid Prime game. Have you played all the Metroid Prime games, House King? So Metroid Dread should easily be around the same score as Hollow Knight. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, it is around the same score as Hollow Knight. It's not far away from it, so it is. But it should at least be a 90 on there. So that's what I think, me personally. But you know, whatever. So yeah, G Cortez says Locky music behind Amiibo was such a I think meant scummy, not scammy. I think it meant scummy move. You can unlock it on New Game Plus. So if you scan and you get everything, it's unlocked on New Game Plus on there. So did you buy the game, Cortez? Do you buy the game? Are you planning on getting it? And do you play any Metroid games before? So I'll ask you a couple questions. Do you plan on getting the game? And do you play Metroid Prime games? Do you have a Switch or Switch 2? You planning on getting it? Don't miss my donation. Oh, I did miss your donation. Shout outs to Casual Noob with the $1 and says, I agree, Switch 2 scores are low or actually more critical. I think reviewing outlets are still bitter. They didn't get Switch 2 review units, especially actually. I don't know about. I'm not gonna go conspiracy theory or they're bitter. I'm not gonna do it. Yeah, I'm not gonna go that route. But I mean, I can see why some people would think that. But yeah, I'm not going that route. Oh yeah, I didn't play Hunters. Okay. Let's see. Yes, I bought it, but I only want to beat it once. Yes, you bought it. You only want to beat it once. Did you buy the amiibo? So as a newcomer, Metroid Prime. Should I play the Prime trilogy? Sure, if you want to. If you want to. Yeah, I'm sorry that you got the music's locked behind there, man. I'm sorry about that. Hopefully next time they don't. So I'm sorry about that, G Cortez. So sorry about that. Hopefully you'll get past that part, or you can turn on whatever music you want to play, or if you want to be upset, be mad. And there's a lot of videos that people are really angry about it, so you can definitely be mad with those people as well. So I'm sorry that you didn't get your music during the bike parts or whatever, or that it's locked on Amiibo. Hopefully next time they don't do that, and I don't like it either. So hopefully, like I said, you can move past that and you can just play the game and enjoy it. Or if you want to be mad, you can be mad too. You know, that's fine as well. Prime Remastered is available. Just don't appreciate locking music behind the music. Yeah, no problem, man. Like I said, if you're upset, sorry about that. Maybe you should return the game, or maybe you should stop playing it, or you should sell it, or you should play something else. I mean, if it's that big of a deal for you. So I'm sorry about that, man. Hopefully you feel better. Let's see here. My amiibo just came today. Looks even better in person. Shout outs. Let's go. If I'm not mistaken, I think Metroid, at least with the Prime series, have been beaten the game to unlock anything extra. Yeah, there are definitely some unlocks for Prime games that are, you gotta beat the game first. It's no different from some of the other Prime games where there's certain things that are locked after you've beaten the game that are just kind of trivial. Certain outfits or certain things that are. But like I said, people feel that music is for the bike that should just be there. So I understand for those people. You know, if they're angry or upset, that's also fine too. Metroid Prime 4 is freaking awesome, period. Shout out to 777. Thank you for the $5. Appreciate you, fam. We hit the 45-minute extension. I forgot to tell you guys that. And then we also went past that. We got 53 on the combo board. So let's go. Shout outs, man. 777. Speaking of Mario Kart, what's up with the DLC rumor? Yeah, it looks like there could be some Donkey Kong DLC coming through based off of some stuff that people have found. I'm going to make a video on it too. So I'll have a video discussing that. Shout out to 777. Thank you for the 5 though. Appreciate you, fam. Appreciate you. Combo breaks. Let's go. Overclock. 45 minutes extension. Let's go.
Overclock Buster.
Appreciate that. Let's go. Shout outs, man. Thank you so much. Thank you for the support. They did something similar with Samus Returns. The movie replays were changed, not be locked behind Amiibo. Maybe they'll change the other Amiibo locks. Samus Returns, the movie replays. They still locked Hyper Mode though on Samus Returns, locked behind an Amiibo though, so they didn't change that, did they? Let's see here. Man, OJ, that pettiness is pathetic. What pettiness? What pettiness? I said I hope he feels better. I hope if he doesn't like it, he can return it or whatever. I said it's okay for him to be upset. What are you talking about? This is the problem that I have. Even when I agree with people in the chat, some people think it's some type of diabolical thing or something. Calm down, fam. I said if he's upset, I'm sorry, and I wish it was there. People have been crying and bitching about the thing, and I agree with them. It's okay. If you don't like it, that's fine. It's okay to be upset. Go watch them, get mad, get angry. Do whatever you want to do. I don't care. Like, I agree with you. Be upset, be angry, get mad. You know? I'm there with you. Am I mad? No, because I don't care. I don't care about it. I'm not angry. I have the amiibo too. I mean, I didn't buy it for the music because I don't care. It's just the bike. I can play whatever music I want on my phone or on my PC when I play the game. So it's not a big deal to me. But for other people, it's a big deal, and I feel them. So get angry. Yonge made a video on it where everyone's angry there and mad and getting angry. So go watch the video. I recommend watching the video and being angry. And hopefully they don't do that next time. So if you let them know, then they won't do that next time. So I'm with you guys on that one. Let's see here. This is Epic Glops says, I know you can't please some people unless you're getting crazy and cussing up a storm and getting mad and acting fake. Like, Yonge doesn't care about amiibo at all. He doesn't care about that or whatever the case is. But unless you're doing that, then people think that you're being fake or people think that you're being petty or something. I'm like, what? I told him, get upset, get angry, get mad. It's okay. Let's see here. Yeah, DK Bonanza DLC is in World. It's something I thought they could do months ago based on the VA. It's a good way to promote both games some more. Yeah, I think going forward. No, sorry, Samus Returns was not changed, but the whole movie unlocked in Metroid Prime 4. Sorry, my typing confused different things. Okay, yeah, I feel you. Yeah. Let's see here. But even more petty, OJ, it's funny and they deserve it. Nah, nobody deserves it. Nobody deserves anything. Like, if they're upset with something, that's fine too. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay to be upset with something. Just don't expect everybody to be upset with you. Like, not everyone's gonna care. Like, some people don't care. Like, it's not that big of a deal for some people. Some people it is. They do care, you know? Some games like Assassin's Creed or some games like Ghost of Yotei, they lock stuff behind $10 DLC or they lock stuff behind whatever. Like, if you want this extra thing, you gotta buy the DLC to get it, or you gotta buy this to pay for it or whatever. So people pick and choose when they want to get mad about stuff, you know? So for me, whatever you want to get mad about, go ahead and get mad, get angry. Get mad and get angry and don't support it or whatever. Go watch videos getting mad and be mad, you know? It's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Blow off some steam. Do whatever you need to do. That makes you feel better. Brett says, seriously, so much hate in gaming this year. It's a lot of grifters, to be honest, man. I don't think it's a lot of actual gamers. No shots to Wowie because he was here yesterday, but he was getting angry or he was saying, oh, Metroid Prime 4, that game, it's outdated, it sucks. And I'm like, what are you playing? I said, what are you playing, bro? So then, you know, this dude played 2 games all year. He's playing Baldur's Gate 3. He's talking about outdated gameplay, and he's talking about D&D. D&D is old as hell. It's like the first RPG ever created. That gameplay style is old as hell. And then he talked about all he played was Expedition 33 and D&D. Or Baldur's Gate 3, which is D&D. Both of those games are based off of old-ass gameplay. Expedition 33 is old turn-based gameplay. Even the new their new gimmick with the game is button time prompts. That's been done 30 years ago. In Super Mario RPG, you would press the A button to block, press the B button at certain times to get more attack. That's been done 30 years ago. So a lot of people that are just talking, guys, are just people that, once again, they're just talking. It's not like they're hypocritical. There's some things they'll say, oh, that's terrible in there, and then they will play a game that has the same thing or whatever, or that is based off of something old, and they'll be like, oh, that's great. So it's like, and Baldur's Gate 3 is great, and Expedition 33 is great. Those are great games. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are awesome. But like I said, some people don't even play games all year, and they'll be sitting there getting mad about something. They only play 2 games all year, you know? So don't worry about what some people are saying. You know, a lot of times, like I said, they're not even playing anything, or they're barely playing stuff, you know? So yeah. I didn't even know the music was a bonus till after Twitter got up in arms about it. Just thought it looked really well done and high quality. Yeah. Even the Metroid Prime trilogy, you have to do specific things in game to get tokens to unlock stuff in the gallery, concept art, music, etc. Yeah. If they did that with the Amiibo, then people would complain how it only looks, it doesn't do anything useful. Most people don't complain about that, though. I will push back on that one a little bit, Inferno, because Metroid Dread Amiibo doesn't really do anything, and people didn't really push back on that. They just said that they look cool. So I don't think that'd be 100% the case. I mean, yeah, you'll see some people, but the large majority of people won't do that. DLC not different than a toy. What does that mean? And those DLCs are usually digital. At least they have the physical product that's tangible. Yeah. The Boys' final release trailer dropped. Check Warrior 64. The Boys' final release trailer? Whoa! All right, you guys want to live react to it? The Boys' final season trailer? Oh baby! Oh, here we go. Okay, hold up. Let's react to this real quick. I gotta react. I gotta see this now. I can't wait. I gotta see this now. Let's go. Hold up. I gotta see this. Thank you, Casual Noob, for letting me know about this. This is gonna be good, dude. This is gonna be good. Hold up. Man, that's gonna be crazy. I can't wait. Yo, that looks really good, man. I like, obviously all the people are back. You know it's gonna have a crazy ending. You know it's gonna be wild. I like, obviously, the cinematography is incredible. The special effects look dope. Like a lot what I just saw right there. You have the internment camps. After the end of season 4, they all got caught. You know, obviously they're turning into like totalitarian dictatorship with Homelander as the top brass. You know, so, oh man, this is good. Military state. Oh man, looks peak. Looks super peak. Looks super peak. I'm looking forward to it, man. Yeah, that was awesome. That was freaking awesome. I cannot wait. April 8th. That's right around my birthday next year. So I'm looking forward to that, man. I'll scrub this whole part from my stream. I'll just scrub this whole part from my replay. So yeah. Let's see, bro. Prime 4 hard mode is no joke. I died 0 times during my entire playthrough normal. I think maybe that's why they locked it. If Prime 4 hard mode is like really that hard, then I think maybe that's why they locked it. We have to beat the game first. Let's see here. I think there's gonna be a lot of issues. I'm not gonna say anything. Don't say anything, guys. But yeah, I think there's gonna be a lot of shocking deaths and a lot of shocking stuff that happens. Struggling on Volt Forge hard mode. Oh, there you go. Let's see here. Damn, you got spoiled. Why did you? I gave you plenty of opportunity to turn away if you didn't want to. Wait a minute. Hold up. Why are you not caught up on The Boys? Why are you not caught up? You've had plenty of opportunity to watch it. The last season came out like 3 years ago. Wait a minute. Season 4 came out like 2 years ago, bro. How are you not caught up? Like, no, that's plenty of time. We can watch a trailer for season 5. Oh, we can watch a trailer. Looking forward to this. Did you watch Gen Z season 2 leads up to 5? Yeah, I'm gonna watch Gen Z. I'm probably gonna watch Gen Z a little bit closer to this. So I haven't watched season 2 just yet, but I'll watch it. I'm gonna watch it probably late this year or early next year. I'll watch it because I kind of want to time it up right, you know, right, boom, boom. You know, I don't want to like, oh, I have to wait. So it's like boom, boom. I want to do more boom, boom, not boom and then boom. I want to boom, boom, boom. Jasano says, for the 5 British pounds, and also deported with the 2 says Prime 4 is a 10 out of 10. Got 2 amiibos, but haven't used them. I quite like Soul Valley's quietness and calm between dungeons. Yeah, like I said, I don't mind. I kind of vibe with it, but I get why other people maybe don't. But yeah, I kind of vibe with it. So yeah, absolutely, man. Shout outs. Thank you for the $5 dono, and thank you for the 2 PlayerEssence. Dude, I didn't spoil anything. I'm sorry, I did not spoil anything. You guys are being weird. I did not spoil anything. Combo breaks, overclock, 1 hour extension, unlocked. Here we go, baby.
Overclock Buster!
I can understand gating hardcore mode, but I knew Game Plus, but it's been a while. I usually have having hard mode unlocked from the start. Yeah, but it seems like the hard mode's actually like really hard. So I mean, if the hard mode's actually really hard, then maybe it'd be almost impossible. It'd be way too difficult to beat the game on the hard mode from the beginning. So I think maybe that's why they did that. Because he's struggling. He said he died 0 times on normal, but he's struggling on Volt Forge. Volt Forge is the beginning of the game. So I'm guessing it might be too hard. They actually have it balanced to where it's like, okay, like hard mode is actually really hard, you know, which is a rarity in these days. I need to get it sooner. Give me Boys video game. The Boys video game. The thing about The Boys being a video game, like, I don't know how well it would work as a video game, you know? Like, it could work as a video game, but I don't know how well it would work as a video game. We got Invincible, and it's a fighting game, you know? Like, when we all know good and well that those Invincible characters can't fight against Omni-Man or fight against, you know, Invincible. Like, we all know, but somehow they're fighting against him, you know? And it's like, it's just kind of lame. Like, I know it's probably going to be a good fighting game, but seeing Rexplosion fight against, you know, characters that obviously he has no chance of beating is just kind of weird to me. So The Boys would probably end up being a really weird video game. The closest thing that we have is like Dispatch, and that's like more of like a narrative thing. So, I mean, yeah, maybe one of these days we get something, but what would the game be like? Would it be like an action RPG? Like, you're gonna roll around with Butcher and all them, and like what are you gonna do? So, like, I get it. I think that it would be cool if somebody could pull it off, but I don't know how they pull it off, you know? I don't know how they pull off the game. Maybe it's a narrative Butcher, or it's a narrative with Butcher and, like, Telltale games or something. I don't know. So, yeah. Favorite Xenoblade game? Xenoblade 3 feature redeemed. So, yeah. So it is what it is. Hold up. No spoilers in the chat, guys. No spoilers in the chat. I liked Invincible more than The Boys. Caught up with that one. You liked Invincible more than The Boys? Yeah, that makes sense. There's people that like Invincible more. There's people that like The Boys more. I think I kind of lean more towards The Boys over Invincible, but I do like Invincible. I think it's really, really, really good. I like Invincible a lot. I like The Boys a lot. But I kind of lean more towards The Boys, I think, than Invincible, but yeah. No, it would not be a good video game, says Projo. Yeah, probably not. It would work for Injustice, God Among Us. What worked? It would be like Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad was booty because they made it into a live service game. If it wasn't a live service game, the mechanics, the shooting, all that stuff is actually pretty solid. But the problem is that they decided to make it into a live service game with repetitive gameplay instead of making a real actual Justice League Suicide Squad game. Viola, Samus, and Mario Kart World, we don't need that. But I mean, if they did, that'd be funny. Kart Racer with The Boys, Invincible, Dispatch characters. There you go. Have Capcom make The Boys game. They don't make bad games no more. Capcom make The Boys games? I don't know. They need to shore up Monster Hunter before they start making The Boys. So yeah. Superman fighting Superman? Superman fighting Superman? What do you mean? What, in Injustice? Yeah, but that's different from like a typical fighting game. That's different. A typical fighting game, you can do really weird things and it'll make sense. Like Super Smash Brothers. It's not a typical fighting game, but like Villager is nowhere near as strong as freaking Mario, but you can still do it in that game. But The Boys, Injustice, it doesn't make any sense. Like, it works, but it doesn't make any sense. And I get it, though, it's a fighting game, so you don't really think too hard about that. But The Boys, the fighting and the combat in The Boys is so different. I mean, I think the only thing that you could do is just make a fighting game. Like, the only thing that you could do with the thought of it being maybe good, the only thing that you could do is a fighting game. Like, I don't know if you can do much else. Like, if you try to make an action RPG or something, I don't think it's going to turn out well. So I think the only thing you can really do is just make a fighting game with The Boys as well. Just do the same thing that they did. Just take the easy route and just do what Invincible did and just say, okay, let's just make a fighting game. And that's what they did. They just made a fighting game. So I'm guessing maybe The Boys might get a fighting game one of these days. I have played The Boys. There is a Boys video game. There is a mobile game. And it plays like a lot of the mobile. It's a turn-based RPG. There is a Boys turn-based RPG on mobile. And it sucks. Some people like it, but I think it's trash. I think it's garbage. But yeah, you can go download that if you guys, want to try that game out. But yeah, there is a Boys. Let me see if I know what it's called. Where's my Play Store at? I forgot what it's called. Got it. Let me try to see if I can find it. Skip. The Boys. The Boys. So it's called... I don't know. I don't know what it's called, but I remember downloading a Boys game. Or The Boys game. I forgot what... Or was that The Boys or was that Invincible? Oh no, that was Invincible. Sorry, that was Invincible. My bad. Oh, that was... Sorry, that was Invincible. I downloaded an Invincible game. Yeah, that game sucked. It was a mobile, like, turn-based RPG. Like Marvel Strike Force. It was like that, but it was with The Boys instead. Yeah, that game's trash. Let's see here. I know I actually bought Suicide Squad on sale. It's decent gameplay. Yeah, it's decent gameplay, but the loop is bad. Imagine the Viola bike Samus amiibo does work in Mario Kart World. I mean, they did add Link in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. That's true, they did. Maybe they'll do that one of these days. Batman Arkham games. Batman Arkham games are great. Boys in the Hood. That's what we really need. A Boys in the Hood game. Yeah, nobody would make that game. Just be sure we aren't flying through rings as Homelander, like in certain 64. Dude, you know what would be so funny if somebody made a spoof game, like a mod. You just swap Superman with Homelander, or you swap Superman with Omni-Man. Oh man, that'd be good, dude. That'd be good. Hey, what's up, Kyle Kong? Welcome. You have more genre options with Gen V than The Boys, unless you're going to go before the Homelander time. I mean, you would think that, but like I said, I don't think anybody's going to want it, because like the problem too with doing like The Boys or doing Gen V is like you have to, like, if you want it to be super authentic, you have to get all the voice, you have to get all the talent from the movie. So, or from the show, and like that's gonna cost you a lot of money, right? Like if you want to get all the people that actual actors from the show, you're going to need a ton of extra money. So if you do The Boys video game and you want it to feel authentic, yeah, good luck getting Butcher and good luck getting, you know, all those guys to actually do it when you have to pay them probably millions of dollars a pop. Whereas if you, I mean, obviously, you know, other video games, you don't have to pay them like that. You can pay them a couple thousand or whatever the, you know, whatever the going rate is, right? Depending on the profile of the actor. You don't have to pay them, you know, $1 million for the role. Whereas like, yeah, if you're talking about getting the actual actors for those movies, yeah, good luck. You're gonna need it because they're gonna want a lot of money. You know, they're gonna want a lot. So yeah. LJ, have you had a chance to play X-Men Cosmic Invasion? Nah, I don't got it yet, so maybe one of these days I'll get it. GTA San Andreas is basically Boys in the Hood game. That's true. That's kind of true, yeah. GTA San Andreas is definitely heavily inspired by Boys in the Hood. For sure. Mortal Kombat 1 couldn't even get Anthony Starr to voice Homelander. Yeah, but Anthony Starr said that he was never asked to voice Homelander. And I think the guy that does Omni-Man, that guy, I think he actually voiced Omni-Man in the Mortal Kombat DLC. So yeah, but I think from what I understand, Anthony Starr was never asked at all. They didn't even reach out to him to see if he would do it. So I don't know, maybe he would have taken less, or maybe he would have, you know, done it for a good price, just because he probably thinks it's probably cool that he's in the game. I mean, imagine if you're Anthony Starr, like, wouldn't that be super dope? Like, just to go, like, you know, just to be like, have you like actually be voiced in like a video game, you know? I don't think he has credits for any video games. So I think maybe if they asked him, I think he maybe would have done it. But, you know, he said that he was never asked at all. So I think maybe they just thought that he'd request too much money, because the boys, their salaries have like shot up by like 1,000,000,000% from season 1 to season 2 to season 3 to season 4. Their salaries just keep rising because it's just gotten more and more and more popular. So I'm guessing maybe that, you know, NetherRealm felt that he'd just be too expensive and didn't even bother because he's the highest paid, you know, guy on the show. So yeah. I mean, they got a pretty good person that sounds very much like, I mean, it's pretty close. Let me double check though. I haven't heard it in a while. Homelander, Mortal Kombat 1 voice lines. Let's listen a little bit. All intros.
If all If all you've got is telekinesis,
that is just one.
It sounds pretty close to him. It's whoever.
if all you
That. It sounds pretty close. I mean, it's not. I guess it's not like 100% match, but it sounds close.
if all you've got is telekinesis,
That is just one of our powers. We are many. You are one.
and more than enough to bury you, all the souls in the world won't save you.
You are a fool to believe so. The collection unites against you.
Oh, I'm so scared.
It's close enough. I don't think it's exactly him, but it's close. It's close.
Oh, no, it's okay. Most women have superhero fantasies.
Not this one, Homelander. Your contempt for everyday beings is disgraceful.
Why? They're nothing. Water balloons filled with blood and meat.
You are the most insecure, most selfish...
Sticks and stones, Katana. Why you people think you can resist me?
If we can foil Titans, we can foil you.
First Omni-Man, now you. I am done with caped villains.
I wear it better. You need me. You need me to save you.
I would never entrust you with Outworld safety. Your heroic mask hides a monster.
Blah, blah, blah. No powers, no tech, no chance.
It sounds like whoever I gotta give the person who did the voice work for this, whoever substituted, I'll give him a 9 out of 10. It's not perfect, but it's pretty close. Considering Homelander doesn't have a distinct voice, he doesn't sound like, you can't, like, as someone who has very, very limited voice work, because, like, you know, I do, obviously you guys know I do a lot of different voices, and the easiest voices to do, like, when you're doing, like, voice acting, the easiest voices to try to mimic are the most weird, like, high-pitched or low-pitched or, like, weird voices, like a Yogi Bear, like, hey, boo-boo, like, that stuff's easy. Or, like, the Dragon Ball Z, like, next episode of Dragon Ball Z, like, stuff like that is super easy. The hard voices are the people that are just talking normal, that are just, like, normal, like, voice of, like, a white guy, right? Like, those are the hardest voices, in my opinion. Now, I'm not a professional voice actor, and I'm pretty sure a lot of pro voice actors could do this voice, but to me, those are the hardest voices to do, because there's no particular strain of the voice. You just kind of have to try to sound like him. And how do you sound like him, you know? Like, I think it's a lot harder than it seems to sound like Homelander, because Homelander doesn't sound like anything. He just sounds like a guy, you know? Like, he just sounds like a guy. So, yeah, whoever did the voice work on this, gotta give you a little clap. That's actually not bad. And I think this is very difficult compared to, like, you know, mimicking something else, you know, that has a more distinct voice. So yeah. Shout out. What's good, everybody? Welcome. They did the same thing for... I mean, yeah, you weren't gonna get Arnold in Mortal Kombat. There's no way. But Arnold's voice, once again, like, I'll be back. Like, that is so much easier to mimic, you know? Like, Arnold, you know? Like, you can just, like... You can, like, professional voice actors, they can do that one. The Arnold voice, lots of people can do Arnold, you know? Like, but I mean, it's definitely tough to do, like, somebody like Homelander, in my opinion, at least, so yeah, good stuff, though, good stuff, a lot of fun. Yeah, it's normal to have to reset your game 27 times to get a female Chikorita in ZA, because that's how many times it took me just now. Is it normal? Yeah, if you're trying to get, a shiny or something? Yeah. Arnold is Terminator, and Conan is easier to do than Homelander. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Much easier. What's up, The Geek Show? Welcome. NRS went cheap. Yeah, I mean, they went. Probably Troy or Chris Nolan, they can imitate anyone. Yeah, they could. Like I said, professional voice actors can. You know, they can imitate lots of people. But I'm saying it's not easy. Like, what's easier to do? It's easier to do Arnold. It's easier to do, you know, like a Yogi Bear. It's easier to do, like, a Dragon Ball Z guy. Like, it's easier to do stuff like that, or like a, you know, like a Elmo, or like higher pitched voices, lower voices. It's much easier to do those than it is to just do like a regular voice that sounds a certain way, right? So yeah, of course, the best guys can do it. But I don't think Anthony Starr's voice or Homelander's voice is easy to mimic. Because once again, he just sounds like him, you know? Like, it would be much easier to mimic, like, you know, Mother's Milk, the black guy in there, or to mimic, you know, Frenchie. You know, Frenchie has, like, you know, obviously the French accent. You know, like the Mon Ami, you know, like the whatever. Like, he has, like, that French accent. So I think it's much easier for people to mimic that, even because he's doing an accent, you know, like his own voice. He doesn't talk like that. His voice is an accent. So it's much easier to do stuff like that than it is to, you know, than it is to do something like Anthony Starr's, in my opinion. Get to the chopper. Nah, bro, I just wanted a girl Chikorita. Yeah, I mean, you just wanted a girl Chikorita. It took you 27 times to get a girl Chikorita. That is some chicka bad luck. How does it take you 27 resets to get a girl Chikorita? That's crazy. What are you gonna do with that girl Chikorita? He just wants to, I mean, I think they look a little bit different, right? Like how they look, like for example, like there's like a little bit different shapes on like on their petals or something like that. I forgot what the difference are between a male and a female Chikorita. So yeah. Didn't Sylvester Stallone voice Rambo in Mortal Kombat? I'm not sure if he did or not, if they actually got him to do it or not. Still haven't been able to catch a Chikorita yet. If you have those colorful screws, you can trade them in for a high percentage chance of catching Pokemon. There you go. Totodile, the best boy. Yeah, I got myself a Feraligatr Totodile. I got myself one of them. They're great. I got a Chikorita too. Because I've done a lot of the end game stuff, like post game or end game stuff. I've done a lot of that, so it's easier to catch them once you do all that. And yeah, I traded in a lot of the colorful screws. So yeah. So yeah. DLC in a few hours. Told it up. Oh yeah. I think it's December 10th, right, for the DLC. So yeah, December 10th for the DLC. So it is. Have you gone back and watched the First Blood? Okay, you're talking to somebody else. My goal in this game is to get all female Mons. Okay, that is obsessive and weird. That is obsessive and a little bit weird, but hey, you know what? You do you. You do you, and get those female Mons if you can, man. Get those female Mons if you can. So yeah. No Pokemon DLC until I finish Metroid, though. Nice. Okay. I would never put myself through that type of torture. Like, I already put myself through getting all the achievements or getting all different types of things. You know, I don't want to put myself through that, you know? So yeah. I'm not sure if I want to put myself through all of that. Missed potential mega forms of color swaps for Zenoria and Lucario. Furry hours. So you're saying he's a furry? Is that what you're saying? Saying that he's a furry? Uh-oh. Don't like that. There's nothing wrong with being a furry though. The Portable Tutorial says no judgment. That man likes what he likes. Alright, that's true. No judgment. The man likes what he likes. Remember, if you guys have questions, comments, tag me at PlayerEssence, hashtag PlayerEssence by itself. More than happy to answer all of your awesome, lovely, beautiful Elite Ninja questions. So thank you guys so much for your support. Appreciate that. Thank you for the big 2 again, Deported Sicilian. I mean, it's easier than shiny hunting. I guess. You said catch all female mons? Like, I don't know. I mean, I guess, yeah, there's more of a chance of, I guess, female than shiny. But there's a shiny charm in the game. So, but yeah, I feel you on that one. I don't do shiny hunting, though. I think people that obsess over shinies are kind of crazy, too. So, I do not obsess over shinies. I do not go on shiny raids. And I don't do all that. So there is also that. So yeah. So I don't do all that stuff, man. Make sure you guys hit that like button if you have not hit that like button. Shout outs to the Furies, furries. Psycho Pie is like, he wants to be one so bad, like, or he might even be a closet, furry. So Psycho Pie, I know you want to be one. I know you want to be, like, I know you've thought about it. Like, you've sat in your room and contemplated, should I do this? This is great. Now people are hating on MP4 Metroid, not enough for them. Why do people ever have to hating fresh and things new in games? Don't worry, Nintendo guy, there's plenty of people that are liking the game too, so don't worry about it, man. People are allowed to like and dislike what they want. What's the next game that you're hyped for? Platform doesn't matter. The next game that I'm hyped for probably is like Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate on the Switch 1 or Switch 2, just because I want to see how that turns out. But then also I'm kind of hyped for Resident Evil Requiem. I'm hyped for that. They got a third-person mode in that game, so that's good. So I'm hyped for Resident Evil Requiem, hyped for Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate. Those should all be fun for everyone. Also looking forward to Mario Tennis Fever. That should be fun too. Let's see, PlayerEssence, did you ever say what you thought those weird statues for the Game Awards were hinted at? I never thought. I just played off what you guys said. Some people said Bloodborne. Some people said Dust Blood. Some people said God of War. I don't know what it's going to be. I'm not sure what it's going to be. Hype for Mario Tennis. Chances are it's probably some Chinese mobile game. Super Genshin Ultra Zenless Zone Zenless Zeeping Zero Zap Zuda Zubidaba. Free to play. Next biggest game ever. So it's probably something like that. Justin with the $3 dono.
It's also impossible to get all female Pokemon because Gallade exists.
Yeah, but there's a female version of Gallade, right? There's like the Gardevoir. So that one would just be like, okay, you just get a Gardevoir. The male version would be the am I talking about the right Pokemon? Hold up, am I talking about the right Pokemon? That's the one, the psychic one, right? It says Gallade. Which one? Wait, hold up, give me a second. Is that the right Pokemon I'm thinking of? Yeah. I'm thinking of the same Pokemon. That's the one where it's Gardevoir, right? The male version of Gardevoir is Gallade, the one with the blades on his arm. Yeah. So the female version would be Gardevoir. Yeah. There's no male version of the Pokemon Gallade itself, but that's because there's a separate female version of Gardevoir, right? Okay, but I see what Justin is saying. It's like, well, technically, that one's actually, that is an actually. That is a class. I think he's just joking, but that is a classic glasses push. Actually, Gallade is only male, Oh man. Oh, but wait a minute. Gardevoirs can be boys? Can they really? You can have a male. Oh, that's true. That's true. I totally forgot. I thought that was all female. That'd be looking. That's a weird, bro. That's a boy Gardevoir. We just say that's very. If you're a male Gardevoir, you're just very flamboyant, right? Is that you gotta be thinking if you're a male Gardevoir, you're looking at Gallade like, wait a minute. Like, wait a minute. Wait a minute, hold up here. Like, hold up. That's not, wait a minute. Something's not right here. Let me just take a step back. A male Roserade, yeah, but is there like a male only branch of a Roserade or whatever? The fact that there's a male Gardevoir, yet there's a specifically male version of Gardevoir that's Gale, that's like, wait a minute, hold up here. Something in the evolutionary chain missed me. Hold on, how come I didn't turn into the dude with the blood? Like, why am I so like, hey, like, what's going on? Like, woo, like, or Gardevoir, like, why am I like that? When there's a male version that's like a dude. That's hilarious, man. I love that. That is so funny. Um oh my gosh. The trainer is like, hey, look, man. Listen, I didn't have a Dawn Stone. I didn't have the stone that you needed. Just, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with being a male Gardevoir, you know? So yeah. Let's see. I hate that you can't skip cutscenes at MP4. Don't skip the cutscenes, and they're not long enough. Don't skip them. Get the story. Why would you skip the cutscenes? Why would you skip them? Oh man. I haven't gotten ripping my stuff, but I haven't. Oh, TMNT is next. Nice. Oh, he's talking to somebody else. Okay. Talking to somebody else. That just seems wild to me, bro. That just seems wild. Let's see here. That just seems wild. It's like, yo, you take this stone, straight up, it's gonna be something different, bro. Like, it's like, you take this stone, and I'm telling you, bro, your life will change. It's like, but if you want, we can keep going. But if you take this, I'm telling you, there's a whole new world out there for you, bro. Do it! Do it! Give me the stone! Oh, that's gotta be hilarious. Like, you're deciding, hey, man, like, you got your mail carrier or whatever it is. Like, hey, man, like, bro, listen, there's two ways this can go, all right? Like, well, we don't got enough time. If I keep on using you in battle, something's gonna happen unless I hold down the B button, okay? So I hold down the B button, something's gonna happen. So I'm gonna give you the option. Like, if you're talking to your carrier or whatever, I'm gonna give you the option. Like, what do you want to do? Like, do they even give the option? Like, if Pokemon was real, and you had like, would you give them the option? Like, you want to choose? Would it be covered under insurance? Like, would it be covered under your insurance plan? Like, yo, man, I need a Dawn Stone because, like, yo, my carrier. I mean, we want to roll with this. Well, you know, like, I don't know. That would just be funny. Like, how you make that decision. You know, that would be hilarious. I don't care about the story of Metroid games. I just want to get as far away from Miles as possible. Oh man, get as far away as, dude. Miles is awesome. I like the Mackenzie. I like the Miles Mackenzie. Good thing the cutscenes aren't very long in the game either, though, so it's not like you have to worry too much about that. But yeah, sometimes they give you actual vital information in those cutscenes, so I wouldn't want to skip them. So yeah. So yeah, it's all good. Basketball player punches someone after getting dunked on. Ooh, that's funny. Tyrion being Joker from that audio animation with the low punny. Yeah. Let's see. Yo, this stream became banned in Florida, bruh. Oh, we ain't going that far. Wait, hold up. Hold up. On my second playthrough of MP4, I should go 120 FPS on hard. I heard that it's crazy. Yeah, somebody said that the hard mode is actually pretty difficult. So yeah, this game looks fantastic in 720p, 720p, 120 handheld. Yeah, I did play it. I did play it in some handheld mode, a lot more in handheld mode last night before I got too tired. Looks pretty good at 120, 120 FPS, 720p. Proves that resolution isn't always the best. I think that if you did 720p on the big TV, it wouldn't look as good. So having it on the smaller screen works well, works okay, especially like for the art style of Metroid. But I think that, you know, if obviously you wouldn't want 720p like on a big TV, you know, like portable mode it works, but yeah, you don't want 720p on like a 50-inch TV. That'll be noticeable. Like, okay, that looks kind of a little blurry, you know. So you definitely want the higher resolution, like, you know, up to 1080p or obviously 4K. That would be good, but you don't get the 120 if you're at 4K. But yeah, I think that a lot of times, like, resolution is just obviously the clarity of something. But a lot of times, like, you can have some games that were like on the Wii. So yeah. So it's all good though. Oh, I messed up. I actually put all this stuff. Okay, hold up. Here we go. So yeah. It's all good though. Well, at least you can stop the Pokemon from evolving. That's what I said. Yeah, if you hold down the B button, Big Tank. So if you hold down the B button, stop the Pokemon from evolving. But what if it wants to evolve? What if you feel like evolving? So yeah. Thank you guys though for your support. I appreciate it. Keep on hitting that like button. We are at, how many likes are we at? We are at what, 100 likes? I haven't checked. We are at, yeah, 102 likes. I would like to get to 150 likes. We still have more time left on the stream. So if you have questions, you can tag me at PlayerEssence, hashtag PlayerEssence, PlayerEssence by itself. More than happy to answer all of your questions as well. Let's go. Yeah, playing the Resident Evil remake on GameCube on the CRT still impressed me. Even with the resolution, art design matters. Yeah, art design's super important. Like, I think art design is like one of the most important things is art design, man. I'd be pissed. Just make me the female. Oh man, good things we're not Gardevoirs or Galades. No Spawncast tonight. I came in late. Yeah, no Spawncast tonight. I gotta take care of my son tonight. So no Spawncast tonight for me, just because I gotta take care of my boy. That's why I started up early. Give my wife a break. My wife, she's been, because like I've been working a lot this week between Metroid Prime 4 videos, between, you know, editing, between, like, I've been working a ton, and my wife, she's kind of tapped out, man. So I need to give her some time to go, you know, go get something nice to eat, let her relax, let her, you know, have the night off, you know, give her a day off, because she's been taking care of my boy a lot while I've been working a lot, you know. And she's just been stressed, kind of like doing like a lot of stuff around the house, getting ready for Christmas. So I got to give her a break tonight, because I don't get too many breaks during the week, you know. And Sundays we got stuff that we got to do on Sundays, so I need to give her a bit of a break tonight, you know. And obviously, like the Spawncast, it's multiple hours long. It goes into the night, you know. So yeah. So that's Justin with the 3.
Did you know the lowest resolution Switch game is technically Dusk? You can set it to 160 by 90p.
160 by 90. That's like the Nintendo DS resolution right there. No, I'm joking, obviously. Shout outs, thank you so much. I appreciate it. That's a low resolution, bro. I want to see that one at the lowest resolution. Next week for the marathon stream, probably next week on Saturday, which, dang, I might not be able to do the Spawncast again. Dang, it might be 3 weeks that we don't do it on there. Yeah, probably next week on Saturday, 9 a.m. PT, 12 p.m. Eastern time, for the marathon stream. I told my wife about it, so probably next week, Saturday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. or 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, probably next week. 3 hours. We're gonna try to get it extended to 6 hours. It's gonna be 3 hours of gameplay, various different games, and then if we hit combo goals, we're gonna extend it per an hour each goal. So it can be up to 6 hours, but it's gonna be 3 hours guaranteed of gameplay. So we're gonna have Kirby, Air Riders. We're going to have probably Mario Kart World. We are going to have, I think we're going to do like, maybe if I'm not done with Hyrule Warriors, I think I might be done with Hyrule Warriors, but we'd probably do like a single player game in there. We'll see. We might do something else. Maybe we'll do, I don't know what we'll do, but maybe we'll do something. Maybe we'll do some like, I don't know, something else. We'll see. So yeah, maybe we'll do Smash. We haven't done Smash in forever, so maybe we'll do Smash for those who want to play. Hopefully the online holds up. I'm dreading that online. But yeah, we'll definitely do some games. So yeah. Metroid Prime 4 is incredible at 120 FPS. I was wrong. I actually can notice the difference. Okay, you can notice it. I cannot notice it. At least I need more time with it, but I can't really notice too much, to be honest, man. I can't really notice too much. Good choice. Happy wife, happy life. Yeah. Happy wife, happy life. Trust me, I know. I know when things aren't so... when she's not necessarily happy. It's not, things aren't great, so... need to make sure that I try to do my best. So, like, she needs a break tonight. She needs a break. Careful, if you miss the Spawncast too many times, I might replace you with another urban-style YouTuber. That's true, he might. I might see, you know, somebody that replace me. So, gotta be careful. Smash on Switch 2 seems way more stable online. Is it? Or is it more people that are just hardcore about the online that are playing now at this point compared to, like, back then when people were just... a lot of casuals were playing? So I'll check it out for sure. Maybe I'll download it on my work Switch too. I'll download Smash and we'll see how it plays. Maybe we'll do Smash Brothers. Maybe we'll check that out. But we'll see, Tim. We will see. Kind of want to play Smash. Maybe I'll test out this GameCube controller too. Will it work? Will the Switch? I think it'll work, right? If I use this controller for Smash 1, I think it'll work. So, want to test out my controller. So this is like the perfect controller for Super Smash Brothers. It's like the perfect controller. The GameCube controller is like built for Smash Brothers, you know? Nah, Smash Online is similar experience. Trust me, I tried. Oh, I knew it. Similar experience. Anyway, we'll try it out. We'll see how it... maybe we'll do it. We'll try it out. We'll see how it works, you know? We'll see how it works. Neo GameSpark is already applying for your spot on Spawncast. Neo GameSpark? I don't think he's an actual, like, regular content creator. I don't think... I've heard of him before, but I don't think he's a typical content creator. I don't know if he'd make the cut. I don't know if he'd make the cut. So yeah. Shout outs, guys. Appreciate you. Appreciate you guys. Hit that like button if you have not. I would be rusty as heck. I play Smash now. I play Smash almost every day. It is more stable. Okay, Tim says it's more stable. Okay. Tim's saying it's more stable. So yeah. We'll see. Maybe we'll try it out. So Nate will replace you. Yes, because he's the Black Content Creator of the Year. But he was already on the cast, so it's not really replacing me. You know, it's not really replacing me. So yeah. We need a new Smash on Switch too. Needs time. Time is gonna be the thing. So we're gonna get one, of course. So it's gonna happen. We just gotta wait for it. I also played Smash a ton on Switch 2. Still run into laggers. Yeah, it's never gonna be perfect, man. Never gonna be perfect. Hopefully with the next Super Smash Brothers, that's when they can do like the rollback netcode. They can really, they can really make sure that they get the online better, because like the Smash on Switch is just not good enough. So yeah. Not good enough. Mascot says, hope you're doing well, OJ. Nice to see you. I'm doing good, man. Nice to see you too. Welcome. Dark Side Phil will replace you. Oh man, that would be I would be okay with that, because the pure funniness that would come out of that would be like the best thing ever. You know, that would just like be like the funniest thing ever. So yeah. Super Smash Brothers Ultimate sold 35 million plus copies. They are definitely going to make another Super Smash Brothers because of money. the fact that they sold so much on like it's because of money. They will make another one. Sakurai's even hinted at, yeah, they're gonna he's like, oh, I can't see them doing Smash without me. Like they're gonna make another Super Smash Brothers game. They're going to, because of money. Also, Squad Strike returns and it's available online. Yes, what we need is Squad Strike online. Like the fact that it's only on offline mode sucks. Smash might have some difficulty with rollback, considering they'll have to be able to track 4 people. That's true, but they can still get it done. They can still, I think that they'll be able to get it done, especially like with that new engine that they have. So I think that they factored that in like with the new engine that they made. So I'm guessing that's what's going to be the situation there. 35 million is insane. Yeah, they sold 35 million copies. Of course they're going to make a new Smash. I don't see Nintendo never not making a new Smash Brothers game. So yeah. What more can they do with Smash? Going to have to start over with new gameplay mechanics. You don't have to completely start over with new mechanics. What you can do is, though, you can start over with new movesets. That's what you can do. So that would change Smash. New movesets. Which, we need updated movesets for a lot of the characters. Mario still has Super Mario Sunshine stuff. So, like, we need some updated movesets. We need some updated movesets for Samus. Samus's moveset is literally based off of, like, Super Metroid. And, like, Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. Or something like that. Like... It's based off of like the GameCube or something, you know, like it's not even updated. She doesn't have like any stuff from like, you know, like the new like Dread and all like the newer games. So like we definitely need like even like some psychic abilities, maybe Metroid Prime 4 stuff thrown in there, you know? So it's like we need updated movesets, man. We need updated moves. There's a lot of things. Single player campaign. How about that? How about something like that? That could be better. There's so much stuff. Rollback netcode. How about that, you know? Like, oh my gosh, there's a million different things they can do. So yeah, my boy's going in the background. Sorry about that, guys. They add new mechanics in each game, like Street Fighter. There's new mechanics in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I'm pretty sure they'll think of new mechanics in this next one. Like for example, the parry. That's a new mechanic that was in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. There's also little things that you probably don't follow because you know you're not like hardcore into Smash. But like, there's always little things that people find out. You know, like little tech and different movements. Obviously aerial dodging and like drifting, that was like a new mechanic that they put into Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So they always tweak the formula in certain things, and they'll add different mechanics in there. But if you're not hardcore into Smash, then you'll think it's pretty much the same. But each Smash game has a variety of different things that you can do that you couldn't do in the previous Smash game. Like Smash 64 to Smash Melee, obviously completely different in terms of what you can do. Melee to Brawl, vastly different in terms of mechanics and what you can do and what you can't do. Brawl to Smash 4, similar in some respect, but there were certain things like the perfect tilts and things like that you can do that you couldn't do in Smash Brawl. And then of course Smash 4 to Smash Brawl. Smash Ultimate, there's a bunch of new mechanics and things that you can do in that game compared to the previous games. So yeah. I'm struggling with psychic abilities. Struggling. What are you struggling for? The day we get Smash rollback netcode is the day GTA 6 comes out. That'd be soon then, because that'd be next year, the end of next year. I can't even imagine what Sakurai would do with the new Smash. Plus, what would he do with the story mode? Make a story mode. What do you mean? What would you do? There's Subspace Emissary. You can build off of that. Like you can make a story mode like that. Or once again, you can make new movesets. I mean, are you guys impervious to like new games? Like, do you guys not know what a new game can do? Like, why are people, what are they gonna do? Like, do you guys not know how new games work? I am confused that there's actually more than one person saying that they can't do new things in a video game. Like, there's barely been any Smash Brothers games. It's been 30 years and we've got like 5 games. Like, Smash 64, Smash Brawl, Smash 64, Smash Melee, Smash Brawl, Smash 4, Smash Ultimate. Like, there's barely any games. It's been like 30 years. I'm confused that you guys are like, what are they gonna do? Like, do you guys not see all the stuff that's happened since, like, all the new characters that we've gotten, all the new games, like Odyssey? Like, do you guys not see all the new moves that they can do, different things that they can add to a fighting game? There's all sorts of mechanics that you can add and different things that you can do to mix things up. I'm legitimately shocked that people think that you can't do new stuff in a video game. So yeah, man, it's weird. Oh, let's see here. You forget gamers don't buy new games. Oh, so we don't know. I guess Maybe that's it. I'm not sure. I count Smash 3DS and Smash Wii U as the same thing. I don't count those as different games because from a fundamental like gameplay mechanics wise, I know Sakurai counts them as different, but I don't. They are exactly alike when it comes to like the balancing, when it comes to the game itself. Like anything that you can do in Smash Ultimate, or anything you can do in Smash for Wii U, you can do in Smash for 3DS. Like in terms of mechanics wise, the characters animate, move, everything is the exact same for the most part, you know? So I don't really count it as different in that sense. Yes, there's different modes. Yes, there's a couple different, obviously, graphics and features. So yes, I guess if you want to count it differently, you can. But from a mechanic standpoint, it's identical. So yeah. I didn't say they can't do new things. I don't know what they would do. Like maybe they'll add characters from for a remake. What do you mean? Why wouldn't you know what they would do? New movesets. Like that's an easy thing to say. Oh yeah, let's do new movesets. That's like easy to make the game feel very different. If there's new movesets, then all of a sudden the game feels different. You know. Gotta remember, just because we can't think of something doesn't mean Nintendo can't. They spend all day, every day thinking about exactly that. Yeah. Let's see. Because Smash Ultimate outdid themselves, they gave us everything. They didn't. They didn't give us everything. Where's the incredible single-player mode? Where's the new movesets for characters? The characters mainly have the movesets that are similar to the previous games. They didn't. Like, that's what the problem that I have is that I'm telling you what they can do, and you still are like, oh, I don't know. Like, I'm telling you. I am telling you what they can do, and it's like you don't believe me for some reason. I'm telling you. They literally, the movesets are the same. There are some new moves, but generally speaking, if you know how to use Sheik in Smash 4, you know how to use Sheik in Ultimate. If you know how to use Sheik in Brawl, you know how to use Sheik in 4, you know how to use Sheik in Ultimate. If you even know how to use Sheik in Melee, that can even transfer over. Like most of the time, yes, there are tweaks. Yes, there are new things. There are different things that they add, but the movesets are similar. They're very similar. So if you know how to use a character in a previous game and you know, oh, here's how the character works. Here's their general good moves. Yes, there are things that change, the properties and things that you'd have to adjust. But I know how to use Sheik in Smash 4. I know how to use Sheik in Smash Ultimate. Like, literally, there's not like, oh my gosh, there's this huge period of like, it's completely different. So I'm not saying that they have to completely change Sheik and Smash, the next Smash game. But I said, hey, look, add some different moves to where there is a noticeable difference between the characters. Update it a bit more. Link can be updated with Tears of the Kingdom stuff as well. The fuse ability, imagine Link can play completely different than Link plays. But once again, Link has played very similar since Smash 64. Yes, they've added a bunch of different things, and yes, he can do more stuff that he can do now than in Smash 64 or Smash, you know, he's different. He's different in the games. But the general moveset is very similar. The general moveset. So changing that up, giving him different stuff, obviously giving him fuse abilities, things like that would be incredible, you know? That's all I'm trying to say. It's like, there's plenty that they can do. Plenty that they can do. Chun-Li to the next Smash Bros. Game. I think they should worry more about making sure that all the good Nintendo characters get in there first before Chun-Li. I mean, I don't think Chun-Li is important enough for that to be like a priority for them. It's really funny that Smash Ultimate Kirby isn't that different from 64 Kirby. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like they can dramatically change some of the movesets to completely flip the balance. And they can, like I said, they can add a bunch of updated movesets. Like, we need updates for a lot of characters. A lot of characters are based off like the GameCube, bro. So it's like, how about making Ganon? Yes, they've made him more of not a Captain Falcon clone, but how about making Ganon like Tears of the Kingdom Ganon? How about that Ganon? You know, Demon King Ganon. How about that? That's his own unique, real character, not based, not the frame of Captain Falcon, right? Where, oh, there's a Falcon kick, there's like the same recovery, there's like, it's just Falcon, but just modified, right? How about making Ganon like an actual character by himself? I think that would be a good idea. And using the Tears of the Kingdom Ganon, or using Age of Imprisonment Ganon, right? Using that Ganon, that would be a good idea. So yeah, man. Definitely only, but a reboot. New art style, back to basics roster, but with new movesets, 5 to 10 brand new, never before featured characters, 10 returning guest characters, also revised moves, new single player. Boom! Like, thank you. Like, are we gamers here, guys, or not? Thank you, Jackson. Are we gamers here, or are we not? That's it. Hey, look, thank you. That's the stuff that I'm talking about. New art, get a little bit of a new art style. Obviously, you got to keep it Smash, but a little bit of a new art style. Back to basics roster. Give us back to what we got. Give us the maybe like the core that we got from like Melee or Brawl, and then give us about maybe 50 characters, 40 to 50 characters in terms of the overall. And then of course you can expand with DLC if you want. But honestly, like after Smash Ultimate, we legitimately don't need 100+ characters. Like that's not needed for the next Smash Brothers game. If you want to play Ultimate, Ultimate's not going anywhere. If you need a bazillion characters, that's not going anywhere. You can play Ultimate. What I need is I need a change in Smash. I need a legitimate change in Smash. You know? That's what I need. Now listen, if they decide to do Smash Ultimate Switch 2 Edition with rollback netcode and with updated features and with more modes, I'll be the first in line. I will be the first in line to buy that game day one. I'll buy it physical, I'll buy it digital, I'll buy that because Smash Ultimate is fantastic. And really, the issue with Smash Ultimate is the online play. The single player is kind of booty, but I don't think they wouldn't rehaul all of that. I think that if they did a Smash 2 Ultimate, they'd have to do it where they updated the online play. They'd have to do it where they add some more to the online. They'd have to. And that's the way that I'd buy it. But if they didn't add anything to the online, like if there was no updates, like there's no point in buying a Smash Ultimate on the Switch 2, you know? But yeah, new moves and a good single player is what I want most. Yeah, that's good. That's fine. Because OJ not change OJ. You know what comes with change? More and more complaining. Okay, that's fine. People can complain. People complained about Metroid Prime back when that changed. People complained about Wind Waker. People complain about lots of things. That doesn't mean it shouldn't happen. I don't care about. People are allowed to complain. People are allowed to be upset. If you want to be angry and upset about something, want to be angry about amiibo unlocks and stuff, you are free. You are free to be angry and upset. But that doesn't mean that we shouldn't get something different because people are going to be angry. Like, I'd rather have them take the chance and it ends up, you know, saying, okay, we can build upon it, than them not doing anything or them just giving us the same game over and over. Because if you do the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and never at least try to do something different, you're never going to evolve the gameplay. The gameplay, we will still be, if we did that, we'd still be playing Super Mario Bros. From the NES. It'd just be like Super Mario Bros. But really, really good graphics. So we need evolutions. Like, we need them to try different things, you know? That's what we need. We need different things to be tried in there. So people can complain all they want to. That's fine. That doesn't mean I don't want them to try to do something at least different sometimes, you know? Like, I think that we should get at least an attempt. 400+ characters. Nintendo would not update Smash Ultimate if the next Smash is coming soon. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying that they're going to do both. What I'm saying is that if they did that and that was the option for the Switch 2 would just be, hey, look, we're doing Nintendo Switch 2 version of Smash Ultimate and that's what we're doing. Like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, for example. I'd be like, all right, cool. I mean, I'd be like, all right, I wouldn't be cool because I don't want that. But I'd buy it in a heartbeat, especially if they had rollback netcode and they actually made it to where you can play all the modes online. Yeah, I'd buy that. You know? Now I'm at the not so fun part, green energy. I've already been collecting a lot of it, so I'm not gonna have to worry about that as much. Oh man. Sakurai addressed the undertaking, adding rollback in completed game. Better adding rollback in completed game. Better hope they think about it from the beginning. A whole cast of Nintendo games have come and gotten shine. Well, yeah, Sakurai said that, you know, they looked at it, but it was just too difficult to implement at the time. I think that now at this point, you know, with the game, like planning from the beginning, I think, and especially if you're going to like rewrite the code for something, or if you're going to say, hey, we're going to put on this different system and we're going to add something, I think it's possible that they could. But once again, I don't think they're going to do Smash Ultimate Switch 2 Edition, so it doesn't matter. So yeah. So that people are going to complain regardless. Switch 2 outrage, Mario Kart World outrage, Pokemon Legends ZA outrage, Metroid Prime 4 outrage, so who cares really? Exactly. It doesn't matter what they do. In Pokemon, they complain graphics aren't good, whatever's not good, complain. Metroid Prime 4 graphics are good, resolution's good, frame rate's good. They complain about something else. They're gonna get angry and get outraged over. If it's not one thing, it's something else. So it doesn't matter. You know, Mario Kart World, the graphics are good. Game, oh, the price, oh, there's, you know, there's this. So it doesn't really matter. They're always gonna complain regardless, unless they just don't care. The only game that got literally nobody complaining was like Age of Calamity. I think that was like the only game where we didn't have anybody that had an issue no matter what. Maybe Donkey Kong Bonanza. I know there was some stuff because the frame, like some of the times the frame rate in that game gets a little framey at times. Drops from 60 to 30 or drops like, you know, at times. But that's fair. It's okay to complain about that, right? But like, yeah, I don't see this whole generation just people complaining about everything. Pocopia, people complain about that. Game Keycard. Mario Tennis Fever, people are going to complain that there's not enough content. They're going to complain that it's not worth 70. Every single game, there's going to be something. So it's like, we shouldn't base it like, oh man, they shouldn't do that because people are going to complain. People are going to complain about everything, so it doesn't matter, you know? Doesn't matter. If it's not one thing, it's another thing, you know? So yeah. And even on top of that, it's not even like it matters. Like the big complaint with like Pokemon Legends ZA, it's like, big issue with Pokemon Legends ZA, graphics are terrible. Oh, this and that. Oh, that's the reason why we rated it lower. Same rating as, pretty much the same rating as what's it called? As Metroid Prime 4 that has great graphics and great resolution and great frame rate. It didn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. They'll just find something else to say, oh, that's not good. And then, oh, there's the reason. Like, it does not matter. It really doesn't. So yeah, that's the reason why I say it don't matter if people complain, you know? So yeah. If Sakurai only made Kirby Air Riders on Switch 2 and not a new Smash Bros, there would be such outrage. If Sakurai only made Kirby Air Riders on Switch 2 and not a new Smash Bros, there would be such an outrage. If he only made that, I mean, well, like I said, we don't know what he's going to do next, so we'll see. If Sakurai doesn't make Smash Bros, Nintendo will somehow try to find a way to make it because they need to make money on that. So yeah. Yo, that's it with the $32. Let's go to Budo's Blast.
Great evening. This is for the Limit Breakers Super Combo. I am taking the cake today, lol. Music request Metroid Prime. Any music? By the way, Metroid Prime 4 is a very good game. Nicely designed graphics and controls are great. Gotta play more.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout outs. And deported with the 2. What if you get a random match with DSP in the new Smash? I think that would be fun. Me and DSP. I want to challenge DSP to a Smash Brothers match today. So you guys let him know. PlayerEssence wants to challenge DSP. That's it. Y'all let him know. DSP versus PlayerEssence in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. He has the game. So I want to let him know. Let him know that we need to play. Let's go. Oh my gosh. Yo, big love. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Big love to That's It with the 32. Hey, yo. Appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Actually, pretty much 33. So let's go ahead and get you 33 on that one. Then also my man Deported coming in 103 on the board. Yo, we went from the 68 combos to 103 combos. Quick, my man, that's it. Always coming through to clean up on the platinum streak. I appreciate you, man. Seriously, like, my man's been doing crazy cleanup. Crazy cleanup. In the past number of weeks, days, months. He's always doing cleanup. I appreciate you, Vatset. Let's go. Appreciate you, fam. Thank you to Deported. Thank you to Deported, man. Thank you for the $2 dono. Multiple donos tonight on today's stream. Let's go. Shout outs, guys. But I tested Metroid. Yeah, Nate, I know you saw that. You asked that guy. And he didn't test nothing. That guy's a weirdo. This dude's asking AI if Killzone Shadowfall has better graphics than Metroid Prime 4. People are weird, man. Like I said, this is just weird behavior. Really weird behavior, man. Really weird behavior. I don't know what's going on with some of these people on Twitter. I think they're just, I think part of it is just people just angry. They don't like the fact that, I don't know, maybe Nintendo gets publicity with Metroid, or maybe people are the consistent releases. Maybe it's threatening because the sales, or maybe they're angry because, you know, maybe they don't want to spend the money on. I don't know what it is, but some people are just crazy. Not people that are objectively critical. That's okay. But people that just act crazy, like what Nate is talking about. There's this idiot on Twitter that consistently follows people around that like Metroid Prime 4, or that, and you know, and he just says the dumbest things. He just goes around and he's saying, oh, I tested Metroid Prime 4 on my TV. It looks terrible. And then I asked him for his save file, and I said, hey, well, what do you save file? Show me your save file on Switch 2. He refuses. And then he ended up saying, I'm not gonna buy a crap tablet and all that. I'm like, so then how did you test it? You didn't test anything, you know? Maybe I think you watched maybe like a YouTube video, which once again, you can't watch a YouTube video on your TV with compression and all that. You got to have it on your screen. But even if you did watch a YouTube video, it looks good. So like, so yeah, people, just some people are being weird, being really, 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 really weird, you know? So yeah, new Smash made by Capcom, and now it's a tag fighter. That's definitely not something that they should do. That's a bad idea. That is a really bad idea, and that would completely tank their sales down to, ooh, that would be bad. So yeah, I doubt they'd do that. I doubt they'd do that. It's because Sony and PC don't have anything exciting. I mean, there's exciting stuff to play, but I think it's because, once again, I think part of it is because Nintendo doesn't put their games on PC. If Nintendo put their games on PC, a lot of this stuff probably wouldn't be happening right now. I mean, you still get the people that are actually honest, saying what they like and don't like, but you'd get a lot more people that are more willing to, one, play the game, more willing to, two, say, oh, it's not that bad, more like, but you got a lot of people that, you know, obviously are PC schizos, which I like the, you know, crazy PC people that definitely are angry and upset that Nintendo does not put their games on PC, and like Power World or whatever. They always bring up Power World or something like that, right? Like the schizos. So yeah. So apparently the game can't even be emulated properly. I guess there's some people that are having issues like with the audio and the like emulating the game. So I don't know what Nintendo did. They threw like a curve ball in there. Honestly, all the complaints are a net positive, generates publicity, and wears down people's sensitivity to negative outrage when they don't give it less credence. Yeah, and I think you're seeing a lot of people, you know, actually play the game and say, you know, it's actually pretty good, you know. So yeah. They're playing it themselves and saying, wait a minute, I'm seeing a lot of, wait a minute, I'm playing the game myself, and this outrage of Miles McKenzie or whatever is overblown. Like, so I mean, yeah, there's gonna be people that obviously feel one way, but there's definitely gonna be people that feel another way. Everybody doesn't have to feel the same, you know? And I think the problem, like, I had some weirdo call me, he's like, yeah, this is toxic positivity. All I did was put up a post about the beginning of Metroid Prime and say, I'm playing it on my LG, it looks good. I didn't put out a review or anything like that. And he's like, this is toxic positivity, this is how we get all these negative things. And I'm like, dude, listen, this is why you're 47 years old, single, depressed, and miserable. You're worrying, you're worrying at 47 years old, you're worrying about what other people think about toxic positivity in a Metroid Prime game that you have not played. Dude has not played it. He's just watching grift videos or just watching angry videos of people and just getting mad at other people that might enjoy it. It's like, stop wasting your time. You know what I'm saying? Like, these people or those people that do that, it's weird. Not constructive criticism. Not saying, hey, this is what I like and dislike in a game, but just, I watch somebody else, now I'm angry. Anybody that says anything positive, it's toxic. It's like, this is stupid. And there are people that think like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are people that think like this. But once again, a lot of people don't have their priorities straight. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, something so popular, successful like Switch 2, there's money to be made of people like to see from YouTube. Of course, we need more and more weirdo grifters. Oh yeah, exactly. There's definitely a money angle to it as well. But there are people that are doing this for free, so obviously you can't say it's completely for money, right? Didn't Metroid fans also get mad that Kirby and Hyrule Warriors were affecting Prime 4's marketing? Even though it wasn't, but I mean, yeah, some of them were acting weird with that too. People play 80 Metacritic game and realize it's good. 80 Metacritic game should be. Yeah, it's fine. And you might not think it's an 80 too, so. Google says DSP's main in Smash Bros. Is Bowser. You think you can take him, player, since Bowser is heavy and pretty tough? Bowser is combo food for a character like Sheik, so yeah, I can beat him. Bowser's not a bad character, but Bowser's not like an incredible character either. So yeah, I'd much rather fight Bowser than like Peach or Joker or Pikachu or Sheik or, you know, or the good characters in the game. Even like, I'd much rather fight Bowser than like, you know, like Marth or like Lucina or Inkling or like the good characters, you know, or Pyra and Mithra or Cloud or Hero. Even though Hero's not incredible, but Hero's so random. Yeah, I'd much rather fight Bowser because, like, once again, combo food. Like, Sheik can just combo Bowser to oblivion. Like, he can barely get a hit off, you know? So yeah. No, we don't know Metroid Prime 4 sales numbers. The game just came out. We just went over it's number 1 on the eShop, and it's also number 2 on Amazon bestsellers, right behind NBA 2K, which is discounted. So here in the US at least. So no, we don't have the sales numbers exactly yet. Come on, OJ, let's fight and smash again like old times. Party man, I'm not playing against you. For all the Fire Emblem 4 remake stuff, I'm not gonna play against you. So yeah. I'm not gonna play against you at all. Because you have been very mean to me, and I don't think I should play against you because you have been a meanie weenie. So I'm not playing against you. So yeah, I'm not playing. I am not playing against you because you've been mean. You've been mean to me, and I do not want to play against Party Man. And I don't want to play against your cheating Peach either, because you're a cheater. You're a big cheater that cheats and cheats and cheats in video games. So yeah, also that. So there you go. How do you think about that? Johnny with the $5. Thank you so much, Johnny. I appreciate it. Here's a good guy. Johnny on the spot. He's a good guy. Unlike Party Man, who's a meanie. Let's see here. Nah, you just scared of Princess Peach? Scared of Princess Peach? Nobody's scared of Princess Peach. You just use top tier. That's what you do, Party Man. You pick a top tier character, and then you just use that and you play it off as you're good at the game. But really, you just use top tier. Whereas guys like me, using all skill-based characters like Sheik, you know, that can't kill like Peach can. Get one-hit kills like with turnips and stuff like that, gimping people. Very easy. Man, what an easy character. What an easy, good character to use. Wow. Low skill, like, you know, completely low skill ceiling. Don't really have to do too much with Princess Peach. Whereas Sheik, you got to press a million buttons, dude. You got to press a million buttons. It's crazy. You can beat me with Ganon. You cannot beat me with Ganon. What, versus Joker? Cap. Yeah, that's cap. That's cap. Maybe you get lucky online with lag. Local, you wouldn't even. I don't think you'd even beat me once with Ganon. Local, not a chance. Online, yeah, maybe sometimes. But local, I would just combo food you to death. This man said Ganon. This man's capping. Oh my gosh. You sure? I am sure. I'm positive. Ganon? You're not beating me with Ganon, bruh. You ain't beating me with Ganon. Versus Joker? No. No. Online, sure. Sure, you can get lucky online. But like, local? Like, actual, like, play? No. Not a chance. Just realized that I can buy Switch 2 Kart version and play it on Switch 1 if I wanted. It's pretty cool, actually. Yeah, it's a little bit old news, but yeah, Switch 2 editions also, you get the Switch 1 game too. So yeah. You ain't beating your Zelda? Your Zelda's crusty. You ain't even use Zelda. You should prove him wrong and play Party Man like. Okay. We'll try. But like I said, Ganon's actually a tier or two up online. Like, heavies are better online than they are offline. That's something that we all know. We all know that heavies online, lag works better for heavies because they survive longer and because their moves are kind of like, you know, so heavies are definitely elevated online. Like, they go up a whole tier, in my opinion, online compared to offline. Ask Dark and Chupa. What about your Zelda or about your Ganon? Which one? Listen, if we ever get a chance to play, I'm so angry that we did not get a chance to play. We got a chance to play Smash Ultimate when I went to too many games. Like, I'm so angry that I didn't just bring my Switch 2 with the. Wait a minute. Oh, I didn't bring it from the hotel. It was in the hotel. But next time, Party Man, we have to play, man. We have to. They even lost my Zelda play. Yeah, online. Yeah, Zelda's good online. She's good online. Like Zelda's good. Like characters that are not good are much better online. Characters that have like really powerful moves that are not good offline are usually okay online because you got to deal with the lag. Says don't get me started. Yeah, like certain characters are good online. Like Zelda is great online because she's super powerful and there's input delay and lag. But offline Zelda is not very good. DK good online. Ganon good online. All good online. But offline, you're never gonna use them for a tournament to win. You're never gonna use Zelda. I don't think Zelda's even ever won like a major, right? If I'm not correct, Zelda's never won a major, like Smash Ultimate. DK's never won a big major. Ganon's never won a big major. Like none of these characters have ever won anything significant as like a main, you know? There's been little blips here and there offline, like, okay, here we go. We have that match versus Light and Nairo where somehow Nairo won with Ganon, you know? But like, it's like, if you want to actually win, you got to use like a character that's like good, you know? That's like good. Like, you know, like Peach, for example. Like Peach. That character. I'm not the same guy I was years ago. I'm not the same guy. I'm a different man. I'm a new and improved man. All right, guys. We are wrapping up the show, though. We're going to end out here. Get some more questions in. Got about 7-8 minutes left. If you have some questions, let me know. Big love to Vadsent. Thank you for having us clear out this show with that big dono. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. If you guys have not seen my most recent video on Xenoblade, check out my video. If you have not seen it yet, check out that video. It is awesome. I talk about Monolith Soft's next game, next big Xeno potentially happening, what could be going on there. So if you haven't seen that, check it out. I just linked the video. So yeah. Let's see here. Oh yeah, we do need to play offline, man. We do need to play Jumpmon. Yeah, we still got some more. I still got some more time. So if you guys want to hang out, you guys can ask me questions. I'll answer the rest of your questions. And yeah, my boy or my wife was, I think, fighting for her life back there with my boy. So I need to give her a break. I'm gonna let her, you know, go and get some food and relax for the rest of the night. She can do what she needs to do or do whatever she wants. I'm gonna take care of the boy because she's put in so many hours this week, man. So I gotta give her a break, and I need to let her do whatever she wants to do. So yeah. When is the Game Awards, by the way? The Game Awards is next week, December 11th. December 11th is the Game Awards, and I'll be streaming the show. I will be streaming the show as well. So, so yeah. December 11th in the evening. So yeah, I'll be streaming it, so it should be fun. Should be a lot of fun. If you have not hit that like button though, guys, definitely hit that like button before you go. Help me out here. Hit that like button before you go. Shout outs. $7:30 EST. Yeah, so we'll be streaming like we'll be going live like about an hour or 2 hours before the show on Thursday. So it should be a lot of fun, man. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be so much fun, man. Yo, what up, Shot X? None of y'all seeing me on PlayStation All-Stars? That game right where you need to hit somebody with the super in order to knock them out of the arena. That was the big downfall. They should have never done that. If they made the game more like Smash Brothers, although it was already copying Smash Brothers, if they made the game more like Smash, it would have been better for them instead of having to hit with the super. Kevin with the 2. Says, what up, OJ? Can I get any music from Golden Sun? Yes, you can. You should do you should co-stream the Game Awards with Baron. Nah, I don't co-stream the Game Awards just because I'd rather interact with you guys and do that than having somebody else that has to host with me, and then like I can't really respond to all of you guys' comments and stuff like that. If you guys want to know why I don't do co-hosting, it's because I'm an interactive streamer with people, you know. Now there are going to be times I think that, especially next year, that I do have some videos or some streams where I do have a co-host, but not the Game Awards. The Game Awards is like I want to be able to make weird jokes whenever I can. I want to be able to look at what you guys are saying and respond. I want to be able to do what I want, and like with the co-host, you can't really do that. So that's the reason why I'm not going to do co-hosting, because I tried it one year and a lot of you guys were just telling everybody to be quiet. Like I tried to do like I jumped into like the Discord like with the Spawncast, and like everyone was just upset that everyone was talking. You know, so like I don't think I'm gonna. So that was the last time that I did that. So I'm not gonna do that anymore. I just want to see if there's any announcements for Switch to a TGS. I wouldn't expect too many Switch to announcements. The TGAs have never been a Switch type of event. I mean, I'm pretty sure there'll be something, you know, but I doubt there's gonna be too many, you know. So when are the 2025 Black Keely Awards happening? Yeah, if you guys don't know, I'm permanently shelving Black Keely until further notice. Jeff, for those who don't know, Jeff Keely's dad died a few weeks ago, and I just think it'd be disrespectful, you know, in the year that his dad died. That's his, you know, that's your dad's surname, you know, that's respect. And you know, as much as we kind of rib Jeff Keely, his dad wasn't super old. I think his dad was only like 70 something, so it's not like he was super old. And I just feel wrong using somebody's name like that for like comedy. It just doesn't sit right with me as a person. So it's going to be shelved until further notice, you know. Maybe never coming back. But if I was Jeff Keely, I wouldn't want somebody making Black Keely jokes and like using that name. That's your dad's name, you know. That's supposed to be respect. So as a person, I couldn't do that. I think that that's just wrong. So I'm not going to do it. Who the 49ers got tomorrow? Nobody. The bench, their couch, they are on a bye week, so nobody. Then they got the Titans next week. Yeah. Jeff Keely announced it a little bit ago. Jeff Keely's dad was actually pretty significant. Jeff Keely's dad was like one of the creators of IMAX in like theaters. Like he's a pretty powerful Canadian dude that many people in the film and theater industry know. For those who don't know. So yeah, like it's terrible, you know, terrible. I feel bad. It's always tough to lose. I mean, a lot of you guys have lost family members too, and I feel for everybody. But yeah, the year that he loses his dad, like I don't think it's right to do Black Keely, you know. I just don't want to miss another Jump Force meme. Baron did the Jump Force thing. It wasn't during the Game Awards. It was in the Game Awards pre-show. It was the Game Awards nomination special. So it wasn't actually during the Game Awards. It was during the nomination special. That's when he did the whole Jump Force moment. So yeah. Hey, what's up, Muck Bro? You're a little late. We're about to end this stream in a little bit. But yeah, we'll see. I hope there's a lot of Switch 2 announcements. But I just never bank on there being a lot of Switch 2 announcements, you know? Just never bank on it. So yeah, just because you never know, right? Like, there's always issues with the Game Awards. But alright guys, I want to say thank you guys so much for watching today. I do appreciate it. Big love to Kevin, Deported Sicilian, Vadset, and in the stream is the Hokogan streams with the 33. Thank you. Justin is with the multiple donors, Deported Sicilian, yo, 777AZ, Double OG, Casual Noob, Giggity Yak, Diesel, Kaiser, Phoenix, thank you for the subscription. Monado, Mario, all the Elite Ninjas here, Party Man, Dior, Dank, Chrono Rig, Clabby, KJ, Sonic Slim, Machine Wolf. Yo, shout outs, man. I appreciate that. Yo, let's go. Justin, once again, thank you guys so much. Ben's 310. Yo, Jamar, thank you guys. Action Jackson, shout outs, man. I appreciate that. Black Kojima pinch hit this year. I thought about doing here. I'll give you guys something. No, I don't want to even tell you because I might still do it. I didn't have a substitute. It wasn't Kojima though, but it was Black something else. Let me see. I'll give you guys 2 minutes. It was Black something else. I don't know if anybody can say it in the chat, but I did have something else that I thought I was going to do. I won't tell you guys because I might actually bring the character out someday. So I'm not going to tell you guys, but maybe some of you guys can maybe guess in the chat. But I'm not going to say, even if you guess right, I'm not going to say who it is. I'm not going to say who it is. But y'all can put some guesses and I'll read them for about a minute or two. So now it's Sunday the 7th, and MP4 is still #1 on the Australian eShop for both Switch 1 and Switch 2. Okay, that's good. Oh, we have a wonderful afternoon. Shout outs. Appreciate that. Was it Black Spawn Wave? I already did Black Wave. If you haven't seen my Spawncast VR episode, I think it was 2020. I forgot what year it was, but just look up Spawncast VR, and I already did Black Wave, where I wore like a gaming shirt, the glasses, and I went through things all stoic and like normal, and I went through like black characters in video games as like news sources, and it's so funny because like in like the Forspoken one, I completely like predicted what would happen with Forspoken. so yeah. Black RGT. No, it's not like a content creator. It's not a content creator. It would be just like a person, you know, that's famous. So yeah. Alnuma? No, not Alnuma. It's not a Nintendo developer either. It's not a Nintendo developer or anything. Take care of the cool guy. People demand black. No, definitely not gonna do anything politics. Definitely not gonna do anything like that. That would be bad for me. Like I said, they get too much stuff here. Especially if I wrote some like crazy jokes. I think people would be like very upset with that. People got upset. Like some people didn't realize that like I'm joking with like my Black Keely stuff. People think it's like me being for real. That's like the funny thing. Some people, not everybody, but some people. Black Bayless, like Skip Bayless. That's a funny one, but I don't think so. It's my turn. That'd be funny. But nobody got it. Nobody guessed it yet. So Black Kojima's pretty good though. I think that'd be really funny. That'd be really, really, really funny if I did Black Kojima. Maybe I'll do that in the future for sure. Oh man. Alright though guys, nobody got it yet, so thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it once again. Check out my most recent video if you haven't seen it, talking about Xenoblade. Yeah, exactly, Jackson. I feel you on that one, brother. I feel you on that one. But thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for being awesome. Black Phil Spencer. Oh man, here's Perfect Dark. Never mind. Okay. Alright guys, love y'all so much. We'll see you guys for the next one. Peace out.